Hello and welcome to ASCII RimWorld with Ken and Will.
Hello, and welcome. Hello.
So,
So,
yeah,
yeah, today, Jesus Christ,
I
today
picked
we,
up your mannerisms, Will.
yeah, it was inevitable.
It was inevitable. We've just hung out too much together, played too many role-playing games. I picked up on all your DMing mannerisms.
Yeah. So today before stream, we were both sitting there going, "Do we really want to do the New Vegas stream?" And I feel like, if you're going to be sitting there playing New Vegas, you want to be enjoying the experience. So we're going to put it off a week and play a little bit of this fresh hell.
Yes, this fresh hell. That sounds very accurate because I know
Uh,
nothing about this game, but
and
I
I
know
am
that
a
it's very similar to RimWorld.
And I am a wizard, and I see the way of the characters and the way they dance upon the LCD screen. I can see what they tell me, and soon you shall too know. Will you come with me into the Everworld?
Why are we starting on chapter 2?
I don't know. I actually don't. I I think there was a game before this, but I've never really bothered to look much further.
Oh, okay.
All I know is that this has been around since 2006, and they've just kind of been developing it bit by bit. They haven't been updating the graphics. They've been
Obviously.
updating everything else.
Okay.
So we could do the option where we go create new world and awkwardly sit here for like 30 minutes and babble while it generates, or we can just skip that.
Yeah, let's skip that.
All right. Dwarf Fortress.
Yes, Salajoel, this is going to be a disaster. Because I am an expert at RimWorld, so I'm sure I have all the transferable skills to play this game.
The RNG is so much worse in this. It's also, we're not exactly starting in a good position because I've been playing previous saves on this world, and so now we're starting up like late summer. We aren't really gonna have any crops until spring.
Oh, fun. Yep, I'm having some PTSD from RimWorld now.
Yep. The world's chugging along, going from day to day here, trying to keep things updated. Does everything tick by tick, as far as I recall.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm remembering like one of the very first streams I ever did of RimWorld. I had my entire colony die except for the one dude who was fucking useless, and I really wish I had saved the VOD and put it on YouTube because it was
Mm-hmm.
fucking hilarious. The dude was a hand model
Mm-hmm.
and had the lowest stats possible and was only able to create art. That's all he was able to do. Couldn't do any other task. Like not
Just had to
from
sit there in hand.
yeah. So he just had to sit there and make art, and everyone around him is like, "Oh God, we need to keep this up." And then they got like the flu, and so they were bedridden, so they had no food. Food was running out. It was incredibly cold. He couldn't fix the fucking heater or anything like that, and he just watched all of his friends slowly die. And then he was just like, "Well, this is my end." That was it.
Oh, glorious. Well, we are in for a very similar kind of experience, I reckon. But we
Perfect.
stand at a crossroads. Basically, we can go this one of two ways. Either you go, okay, Will, let's try and make this colony work. I trust you. You've been playing this game for years, and we try and make a good embark. Or things go poorly, and it's more fun if things go poorly. So,
Let's do that.
where are we dropping, boys?
What are the omega symbols?
So these are all like dwarven mountain halls. We can't settle quite there, but those would be like a civilization, if not our civilization. We can pick which one we belong to.
Okay. Can we be goblins?
We cannot,
Oh.
unfortunately. I think you can mod it so you can, but I don't have that mod.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I just saw on the right the neighbors, and I was just like, yes, I want all of that. Well,
We are
since this is
unfortunately
going to go
dwarf.
poorly, let's go for the race that always seems to have everything going for them. Let's be elves.
No, like we can only be dwarves.
Oh, we can only be dwarves in Dwarf
It
Fortress.
is Dwarf Fortress.
That's bullshit.
Well, all right. We need to pick a spot.
I don't know what any of these symbols mean.
Do you see the sidebar that says things
That
like
says very
temperate
deep soil, so I'm
grassland?
assuming that's good. And an aquifer. This area seems really good.
Okay. An aquifer. It's out on the savannah, so it's going to be pretty flat. Let's see. We don't have any elves nearby, but that doesn't matter that much because, I mean, they're not really great trading partners outside of the early game.
Yeah, pointy-eared, knife-eared bastards. I hate elves in fantasy. Although I feel like it's a very common thing to hate on elves in fantasy now.
Yeah, the issue is that it's kind of just, haha, racism. We have an excuse to do a racism
Yeah,
when it's not done to some sort of purposeful effect.
yeah,
It's not to say it's necessarily malicious. Usually it's just people doing it because Lord of the Rings did it.
yeah, pretty much. So, what are these like streams and stuff like that? What's Blue Dream?
Blue Dream is a stream. Want to
Is that
settle there?
sure? Is that the name of the
Okay.
stream?
Yep.
Okay, figured it out. Cool.
So we have selected an area with an aquifer, so it may be difficult to obtain stone here.
But easy to obtain water.
Yeah.
Trade-offs.
All right. Do you want to use my preset that makes the game playable, or have a very early fail?
Oh. How early is early?
Pretty early. Like if we aren't able to establish food sources and stuff like that, then it's not going to go well.
Okay.
I'm just going to go here with this one to keep things reasonably expedient. Some things weren't added, so I need to see what we're missing. We have picks for the miners. We have a battle axe for, well, really for the carpenter. We have an anvil.
Looks like we have 2 cats. We can be cat breeders.
Right, we've got all the seeds and stuff we need. We've got some meat.
Oh, who does Salajul get to be? Can we rename our dwarves?
Oh, 100% is going to be a good time.
All right.
Okay, I think we're missing quivers. Let's see. Do we have buckets or crutches? No, we don't.
Buckets or crutches?
And I should say and.
I was gonna say. Although you could flip a bucket upside down and like put some leather straps around the person's waist, probably tie that to the bucket as well, and it's basically the same as a peg leg.
All right, so we are fresh out of points.
Perfect. Wait, you got rid of our cat?
No, I just scrolled to a different bit when I was moving around. All right, here we are. We have moved off into the forbidding wilderness. Here we go.
Okay, so it looks like we got some stream there, the running water. I'm assuming the blue ASCII art is the stream.
Yeah, let's get a lay of the land. So,
Mountain. Yeah, this is basically just RimWorld. I'm like Neo from the Matrix.
It's RimWorld,
I can see
but
the ASCII art.
Up. So, do we want to just dig downward into the dirt? Do we want to settle on either kind of chunk of land? How do we want to do this?
Well, seeing as Salajul just posted, looking forward to the inevitable massive flooding event, I kind of want to get a little bit away from the stream. My main fear being we settle right next to the river, start digging a hole, and then a massive flood comes in.
That reminds me. We got a lot of people here. We got miners, expedition leaders, and trappers. Should we wait and figure out who's who, or should we start giving them names now?
Ooh, I don't know. We could probably give them names now.
All right, who's who?
Celadril is the expedition leader. That is all I want.
What's his profession name?
Troll.
If we get attacked by trolls and make the wrong click, this may go badly, but
Perfect.
all right. Anybody else, or are we waiting until people show?
Let's wait a little bit.
All right. All right. Well, I'm just going to let time go by until you notice anything amiss. Start making some decisions as to where we're doing, what's going what.
Until I notice something amiss? What?
I know how to play this game, so if I play, it's going to be boring. It's just going to be the systems working and the dwarves being safe unless things get real bad.
But I don't even know what those red X's are.
So ask me some questions.
What are the red X's?
Looks like asparagus and asparagus leaves.
That is not what I would assume a red X is. All right. Let's see. Well, with the current flow of water going there, why don't we settle near the northern mountains?
All right, so up here, do we want to dig in sort of the bigger chunk right in the middle of the screen? All right, so we go here, dig. I'll make a 3. Do we want a 3 wide opening that we would need like a lever gate for to let wagons into our trade depot, or do we want the trade depot outside?
Trade depot outside.
Okay, in that case, we can have it just be doors, and we can have a set of double doors into our fortress.
Our dwarf fortress.
Our dwarf fortress.
I said the name.
Credits roll. And I like putting little columns.
Columns are good. Every dwarf fortress needs columns.
So for now, because we don't know what's in there, let's just see how the digging goes.
Can we set up stockpiles for our stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have?
So what are we stockpiling?
We have stuff that we started with, right?
Yeah.
Can we just move it closer to that entryway?
We can build stockpiles that are designated for dwarves to choose to move things there when they decide to.
Okay. Other question, do we have to assign people to mining, or is it again just when they feel like it?
You give them jobs, but once they have a job, it's when they feel like it.
Okay.
That being said, dwarves are generally industrious. They don't just sit there and drink unless there's better things to do.
Well, we should probably assign the miners to mine.
I wonder why they can't.
Celadril, we just got started. We don't have beer yet.
Yeah, for some reason they can't get over there. I wonder why.
Well, let's try chopping down some trees and see if we can build a bridge.
All right.
Is it because of the stream is too fast flowing? Is this some Oregon Trail shit?
Well, it does seem to be pretty deep there, the river.
Okay. Well, let's make a nice aesthetically pleasing bridge.
And aesthetically Okay, so what's the design we're going for?
Oh, fuck! I just said the words. Well, we need bridge, for one.
You had to make a 3 wide floor for the wagons.
Okay. Yeah, and then we got to do the ramps to go up and down, right? Because we don't want to block the. We don't want.
Oh, this is over the river.
Then what do the ramps do? Is that just meant to be ramps to higher levels or something like that?
The ramps will point up and down. You can see based on the direction of the triangle. So all these ramps just go down into the river. This is level ground.
Okay.
I'm gonna let them start building while we think of other things.
We can do pillars on the sides.
Hmm?
for some aesthetically pleasing stuff. I don't know. I don't know how to design in Dwarf Fortress. I don't even know how to design in Minecraft. I just dug a hole in the ground every single time I'm on a server. Oh yeah, we can make a highway for goblins to invade us. That sounds great. That sounds like some quality shit.
If we get far enough to the point where like we have the infrastructure and the dwarves ready to like maintain a military, we could make this like a defensible bridge if they come from the other side. They'll try to
True.
swim through and it might work, but
True. That's some RimWorld logic. I like it. What are the O's? There's like an O in the top left.
let's see. River otters. I think that's what's being hunted.
Okay.
Yep, here he's going. He's go. Oh shit! It's rolling up.
Boyo. You did the hunting. Good job with the hunting. Well, I think
He's doing it. He's doing a pew. Ah, he ran out of ammo.
Oh.
All right, so we got our opening hall here. It looks like it's sand the whole way through. Do we want to just start plonking down workshops? Do we want to build like a big dormitory? What do we build first? There's a lot of workshops we can build. Some of these are more useful than others.
We need a barracks. I don't know.
We can make a barracks.
Well, yeah. Let's let people have places they can sleep. This is RimWorld. The first thing you do, you get a home. We got a home. Second thing you do, you build beds.
All right, so
you build
make a little room here. I think just like a provisional dormitory.
Yeah.
And we are also going to need to make a carpenter's workshop in order to make beds out of wood. That's the most frustrating thing in this entire fucking game is the fact that beds can only be made out of wood if they're not made by like pure RNG and like a dwarf having a strange mood.
Okay. Like Dwarf having a strange mood. He's just like, I made this bed out of stone because I'm feeling quirky today.
Like, yeah, that's basically the entire mechanic. That's it. It could have been a long and complicated explanation, but goddamn, you just told me what it was.
Perfect.
All right, let's make some fucking beds, boys.
We got beds. All right.
Put this eligible to work.
Finally. God. So, is it worth placing down farms right now?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do some, because you said like we might not be able to harvest until spring, so I didn't know if it was actually like worth it right now if we could spend our time doing other things.
Okay, so we can't do it outside. We don't have the mud or soil. We would need to irrigate, and that's a whole engineering debacle. Or we can just straight up build a little plot in here to start and then expand it out on this level. Or we can make a room.
How the fuck are we able to farm indoors?
Well, you see, we are dwarf. And once we put down the plots, I'll show you the crops we have available to
Okay, so it's not
farm.
like, we're making, cabbage and pumpkins and shit like that. We're making mushrooms.
No, it's... So there's some of them like cave wheat and pigtails that are like, okay, and pigtails you can turn into rope, and cave wheat is like wheat. And then there's other things that are like rock nuts that you can, and quarry bushes and stuff like that. But the big staple crop for dwarves is called a plump helmet, and it is a purple-capped mushroom.
Oh.
And as far as I know, that's not intentional.
Uh-huh. I fully believe that is not intentional in any way.
Ooh, I think we still haven't put down those stockpiles. What are we stockpiling?
Oh. Good question.
Maybe just food?
Food? Yeah, stone and food probably is the main thing that we care about right now.
Put some food there. Maybe put a stone yard outside.
I'm glad Will is here to hold my hand too. because this would be scary otherwise.
I figure I at least need to provide enough guidance for there to be content,
Yeah,
but
that's true. Otherwise, it would be me clicking around on every single piece of ASCII, being like, "What's this? What does this do? How do I do this?"
all right, we should think of where we're digging out the farms.
Okay. Yes.
So we could also go up. Well, we can't go up any further here, but we can also go down.
We could also go down. Maybe we do start going down. Maybe this is where we sort of branch off because there's not like RimWorld is on a sort of like 2D plane, right? So you can't really go down. And so I'm looking at this and being like, well, okay, so if we build off to the left, we can actually have a complete enclosure in that little left area of the mountain, and that would be completely safe for any like farming or power generation or anything like that. We put our barracks in the mountains, completely defensible, like really good defenses in here. And then I was just like, oh wait, we can just dig down and do it there.
So where do we want to put our staircase if we're going down? Because we can do both. We will, I guarantee, like start just flooding space. Not to use too specific a word.
Let's see, where do we want to do that? Somewhere where we're not interfering with the mountain. Maybe we dig back a little bit further in and then sort of go down a little bit. Yeah, the level aspect does seem like it would be something that takes a lot of getting used to in remembering where your shit is.
So maybe we do a little hallway like that and then big open square area for farming.
Yeah.
Looks like beds are still under construction. Placed two of them so far. Everybody doing okay?
No one died to a bear attack because I didn't know that a bear was a O symbol.
Well, let's see. I don't think anything too dangerous is around right now.
Alligator snapping turtle sounds like it would probably be the most dangerous thing. Snapping turtles will fuck you up.
There he is. Let's see. Oh, and we have a bunch of livestock and stuff like that. We could make a space for him outside.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds good.
We'll make a zone. We're gonna press N to turn it into a pen/pasture. Let's see. The cats are best wandering because they take care of like vermin and stuff like that.
Okay.
The ewe, the ram, the goats all need grass. Water buffalo and donkey do as well. The hen and the rooster can wander around and pick seeds off the ground.
Yeah, they can do whatever. No one cares about, the hen and the rooster. Like,
well,
like the filthy tree hugging elves. Oh, it's fun to just hate on elves.
Yep. It's a popular meme with Dwarf Fortress in particular.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, they'll join your kingdom, and once they become citizens of your kingdom, like, they'll begin to adopt, like, the dwarven traditions and feel comfortable doing stuff. But otherwise, like, while they're visitors, they'll be horrified at you chopping down trees. And, like, once you're big enough, if you have diplomatic relationships, they'll try and genuinely, like, put quotas being like, this is the number of trees you can build every year. And you're like, but I have beard and dig down. This is unacceptable.
I need to build pillars to support, this is ridiculous. It's my right to deforest an entire area. In the name of industry.
It's my mountain. I can deforest if I want to.
Oh god, the contradictions in that statement.
Ooh, this is a cherry tree and a plum tree. We can make a gathering zone.
Ooh, neat. Didn't think that gathering zones were a thing, but that's cool.
Oh yeah, this game has spent a lot of time in like deliberately perpetual development, and like, oh man, they put everything into the back end and nothing into the graphics.
Well, that's good.
We like, you gather things, you put down sequences of workshops and various like production methods to get things done. It's a whole deal.
I'm okay with this.
All right, we have room. We're building farm plots. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. As you can see, the UI is very intuitive.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I would be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to click around and hope that I do something smart. Which inevitably, I'm sure the Dwarf Fortress community would be like, nah, that could have been optimized way better.
See, the thing is, the community for Dwarf Fortress would definitely say, nah, that can be optimized better, but not in a toxic way.
Yeah.
Like, if there's anything I've discovered about this game, it's that like there's very much like a beginner friendly, like, yo, you should try out this weird, terrible game.
Well, yeah, because like if there's, sort of like that gatekeeping attitude that like permeates a lot of games, this game would not survive. No one is going to look at this game and go, this is the game I want to play. This is a game that spreads entirely through word of mouth and nothing else.
And it's a magical thing. Right, so we have some crops. We pick based on season what we're planting where. Because why would crops be simple?
Yeah, no. Crops are never simple.
So we can probably just go with the easy spread of all 4 crops for spring. And then once we go here to summer, what are we planting where?
Plump helmets, clearly.
Plump helmets?
Yeah.
What about over here? Or are we doing all helmets?
Let's do some cave wheat.
Here?
And some dimple cups.
And here.
Sweet pods.
All right, now we're in autumn.
Oh, fuck. I didn't think that far ahead. Let's see. Autumn. What screams autumn? Obviously, we still need a plump helmets. We need to keep those going year round. Then, oh god, wheat doesn't really scream autumn to me.
Bread? Pies?
Yeah, but I'm more of like I see it more in
the
like
harvest.
Spring. Yeah, but I see it more of like during like the spring and summertime. That really screams like wheat and straw to me.
All right, so like the other 3, so like some dimple cups, pigtails.
Pickers can't be choosers. You know what? I will do both of those, sir.
Like and subscribe.
Exactly.
And only 2 things will grow in winter.
Well, then I guess we're growing some plump helmets and dimple cups.
Oh. All right, farmers should start planting soon. Got most of the beds put down for people to be sleeping in a provisionary capacity.
Like, autumn feels more of a meat season to me.
True.
Like, the whole point with like the pies and stuff like that, they've already harvested and processed the wheat. And then you get something like Thanksgiving, which is Monday for us Canadians, where it's just like, yeah, we killed.
Oh God, already?
Yeah.
Is it a consistent time of year? I never goddamn know when it is.
Yeah, the first Monday of October. Or maybe it's the second week of October. I can't remember. It's a consistent thing, but I can never remember when it is. It's always a Monday.
There's a consistent nonsense rule applied.
Yeah. Just like, the US is like the last week of November or some shit.
Anyway, speaking of meat, we are out of meat.
Oh. We should hunt more.
Well, thing is, I think we've been hunting.
Oh.
Something's not adding up.
Food rules? Are there like...
Well, if we look into our workshops here, we can get a fishery and we can get a butcher shop.
Both of those would probably be very useful. I think a fishery
probably
would probably be really useful, though, because if we're out of meat, we need more. Hence fish. You don't have to put a fishery by, like, the river or something?
Well, we could put it right by the river. This is like a workshop where they chop up the fish and gut it and all that.
Oh.
So it could generate a lot of, like, rotting meat and stuff like that.
Maybe not by the bridge.
Maybe, like, upriver closer?
Yeah, upriver closer. That would probably be good. Where's the brewery? I don't know where that is in the menu system.
We haven't built our still yet.
Exactly.
So we'll go upriver by the crook, beneath these two trees. Should probably build a butcher shop too.
Yeah.
That one just outside, maybe?
Yeah.
And yeah, we really should put that still down. Maybe we carve out this space here for the still.
Sure. Put the butcher thing right next to the animal pens, being like, this is what happens.
That's what we call a production chain.
Then you get chicken run happening. It's a very fucky time. So we have, like, hunted everything to extinction, right? Like...
There's still some
okay.
rabbits running around, it looks like. I think the issue was that we were just killing animals and then there was a dead animal and we were poking them with sticks.
Oh. Yeah, we didn't have the chop up. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, that's all the beds. So now that's the dormitory done.
Cool.
I think I'll get 4 doors made. One more for the still.
Right, we don't actually have doors. But how will we have temperature control without doors? Also, keeping people out that we don't want in, but that's completely different.
We would never have to do that.
Yeah. Why would we ever have to do that? We're Canadian dwarves. We're at peace with everyone.
We're just digging out a mountain, eh?
Yep, we're just doing our duty. Digging out the mountain. Just like my dad did.
My dad, Digger Dan.
So we should probably be working on, like, that underground area that we were going to do.
First.
Oh.
All right, let's make a staircase.
Go, Dad. You do the thing. Do the dig.
Make some downstairs. Oh.
Oh, what's this? Merchants?
Yeah, they need a trade depot to unload their goods. They did just come in, and the outpost liaison from our civilization just got here.
Cool. We got
It's following Salajol around.
Well,
hey. We need to talk.
I
guess I can wait.
Oh, you're gonna sleep? Okay, you know what? I'm a little bit tired after that trip. I'll have a nap too. All right. Well, we should probably build a
Oh,
trade depot.
some migrants have arrived.
Do we want them?
We don't have a choice. They're
Oh,
members of our civilization.
oh. They just automatically become. All right. Fair enough.
We can get like travelers once we have public locations like taverns and libraries, but
Okay.
they like petition for citizenship instead.
Okay. I guess it's not like, RimWorld where you're going to be stuck with a useless colonist that like can't do anything. It's just like a drain on your resources.
Honestly, there's a lot of people who end up kind of doing nothing, but it works. For
Yeah.
some reason, it works.
Well, that's because there's a lot of people to do something.
Mhm.
In RimWorld, if you have 9 colonists, it's like, holy fuck, you have so many goddamn colonists. Like, how do you have so many goddamn colonists? But in Dwarf Fortress, I imagine it's one of the things where 9 colonists means nothing. It's more of a how are you still alive with so few colonists?
Yeah. All right. So, is there anything we need from them?
Uh, is there?
I don't know.
I don't know. Do we need to stock up warm clothes for winter? I Do we need more meat? Do we No, we're going to be getting fish, so we'll probably be fine with that. I
No.
I don't know what.
We'll just say we're good.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to trust you on that.
It says remember trade agreements strengthen bonds. So
Wow, what a passive aggressive way to say you didn't trade with us, dick.
well, this is the agreement because they're part of our civ. Like
Okay.
it's actually them going like we really need this, and if you could give us this, we can make sure you get this. But other merchants will actually go to your depot and then you like individually buy and sell items as opposed to like this is a request for what they're bringing next year.
Oh, okay. Wow, you really have to plan ahead then.
This game has a lot of interconnecting systems.
I'm getting that.
Looks like the farmers are pretty busy actually. They haven't had time to build a still. We should make someone be another farmer. We don't need a bone carver or a weaver.
Bone carver. What the fuck does a bone carver do?
Carve bone!
Well, no fucking shit. What are the carved bones used for? Dice?
Well, once we build a crafts dwarfs workshop, we can get them making like crafts and stuff to sell to traders when they come by.
Okay. Well, then we should get the miners working on the underground layer.
We have this so far. I'll make this go further down here. I like to make it mimic the adjacent layers for the aesthetic sensibilities.
Okay, okay.
Make another hallway here. Some more columns.
You gotta have those columns. Lord knows our dad. He loves his columns.
Good old Digger Dan, the Digger Dad. How is he doing? How you doing, Dad? Oh, he digging.
That's what he do. He do to dig. What's the red thing?
Looks like that's red sand.
I I don't know why I expected anything less.
Well, it's important to ask questions and get answers. What are we doing on this level?
Fuck. Good question. Workshop.
What kind of workshop?
All crafts dwarfs? No, we already have a carpenters. Unless we want to move it down here because it's in like, a stupid area.
We could just walk around. Crafts Dwarf's workshop isn't a bad idea.
Okay.
We'll see if someone gets down there to build it.
Eventually. So how does the fishing actually work? Do we have someone fishing?
Looks like a couple of them are.
We have a fish dissector.
The thing is, there's a lot of jobs that you need tools for and a lot of jobs that you don't. And for some reason, fishing is one of the ones you don't. And so the community has kind of come to a consensus that they do it with their beards.
Oh, I was just assuming it was like Mulan. They were swift as a coursing river. With all the strength of a great typhoon.
They have great and potent grabbies.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God.
Are there any goods we want to... Oh, God. I don't think we really have anything to sell, honestly. We kind of haven't been productive.
Well, whose fault is that?
I mean, I'm asking you to make decisions.
I don't know how we do that. How do we make nice things?
Well, what kind of nice things do you want to make? We built this workshop.
Let's be fashion dwarves.
Okay.
Let's show those elves up. We'll be the height of fashion.
Got pearl, horn, ivory, tooth. Okay, this is not efficient. Going manually to do all this stuff. There's got to be some better way. You know what we need?
What?
Karen's going to be proud for this one. We need a manager.
We need a manager?
We need a manager.
Well, who do we want to be our manager?
Good question. No one has any relevant skills.
Perfect. That
sounds about right.
Yeah. In that case, Autumn. Autumn is going to be our manager.
All right. What does... Okay, needs an office. We can do that. Just need that table and chair to get built.
And are we just going to call Autumn
chair.
Karen? Because it seems very fitting to call Autumn Karen.
But then, if you are the manager...
Exactly. It destroys it. We are defeating the name. We are defeating the meme. Mega manager. Excuse me, I want to speak to your mega manager. I want to speak to your supervisor.
My name is Ozymandias, manager of managers. Gaze upon my works and despair.
Oh, fucking hell. All right. So we need the desk for that? Where are we doing the desk? Or we need,
I was
like,
just putting
room?
it down where there's space, honestly.
Okay.
We can make dedicated rooms if we want, but we have to plan out where they're going to be and all the hallways and all that nonsense.
Wait, you need to plan things out? I just usually do the RimWorld tactic of I need a thing, makes path, makes thing. Like,
it is a viable way of doing things.
yeah, exactly. How low can we go?
We can build another level lower.
Yeah, but I'm
Do you
just wondering
see-
how low can we go?
Do you see my mouse by chance?
Yeah.
See that number?
Yeah.
Down,
Oh,
down. Oh, hold on. Why is it not? For some reason it's... Oh, there we go.
I am
We just
more
keep going
concerned about
down
feng shui than actually
and
getting
down.
stuff built. Okay, so we have a lot of layers.
Yeah, we can dig real deep.
And greedily.
Do we want to make a separate, like, mining/exploration shaft?
Yes.
We could have it just here.
Okay. And also, I think from that lower part of where we're building our workshop, that's definitely where the manager's office should be.
Like here?
Yeah, like the lower, like, no, like an offshoot of the lower part. Like
Like
at the
down.
very, like the manager's office has to be at the end of a hallway, right? Like,
Well, there have to be other things in a hallway for there to. Oh, I zoomed in a bit too much. There have to be other things in a hallway for there to be something at the end of the hallway. Right now, I had mostly just put it down where there was space so that the
true.
work could start getting done. Take this, turn it into allegedly an office.
I don't understand how that works, but okay.
And okay, requirement's been met. So now if we go like, oh, this is our active work orders, and then we can go like bone, we'll just say bone crafts, make bone crafts.
But we just got rid of our our bone carver.
We didn't actually. We
Oh,
made our bone carver a manager and asked our bone carver to, ooh, we should do that, start brewing
so we're
from
just like,
plants.
just do your own thing there, bud. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Can you take care of the Can you take care of the stills and also our productivity?
And everything really.
Oh
Maybe.
yeah, we're making some bone crafts.
Okay, that's good. A masterpiece scepter. Amazing. Good job, Karen. I'm proud of you. I don't know what to do now. Do we need defenses? Like what?
Well, I don't know. What do we want to do now? As far as economic engine, we're having an issue with the meat and
What?
with the fish and plants.
Oh, do we need more people on fishing or what? Do we need more people on the foodies?
Maybe it's just time to pick an animal and give it a gank.
From our collection of animals?
Yep,
Wait, how come they're all stray?
because they haven't got like a specific owner, like a pet.
Oh. Well, in that case, goodbye, buffalo. Because we don't have a mate for it, so.
All right, where's that menu option? There we go. All right, let's follow the old. Let's follow our friend here to the slaughterhouse.
Bye, buffalo. I don't know which symbol is, but there it is. Found it. And
And
it's
it's
dead.
gone.
Wow, that was quick
And now we have
and
more meat.
efficient. Okay, so we need to buff up our fish now, right? Like,
Yeah, there should be people coming and going from the fishery, but has it even? Huh? Hasn't been built.
oh,
Unless they're too busy fishing to fish. I don't.
that doesn't that does not compute. I don't get it.
They might be prioritizing wrong.
Well, we how do we look at priorities?
Oh, that'll do it.
What?
River just froze over.
Oh,
No more fish.
oh, oh! Come on, ice fishing is a thing. Drill a goddamn hole. If you can drill a hole in stone, you can drill a hole in fucking ice and start fishing from that.
Okay. Start drilling some holes. Do some ice fishing.
Wait, are you actually able to?
Yep.
Oh
That
fuck!
this that is genuinely the type of game this is.
Oh fuck! I'm impressed. All right, the Canadian in me is approving of this situation.
So if there's any melt, it'll. Nah, it's frozen right to the bottom. It looks like.
Damn it! I thought you said it
Not a
was.
lake or nothing.
Well, in that case, we must be pretty cold. Are we worried about heat?
Nobody seems to have said anything. How are people feeling? People are feeling okay. They're
Yeah.
satisfied at work,
Okay.
dreaming of raising families. Wall of text.
Uh huh. He's 62 years old, born in the 14th of granite.
Well, he was annoyed after having to have a drink without a goblet, cup, or mug. Is annoyed at the lack of chairs. Doesn't like being caught in the rain.
Well, then maybe we need to make a dining hall.
Yeah, we can make a dining room.
Every dwarf needs a dining hall, then.
We could make them like scattered tables down here.
I'd be okay with that. But we would need to move the workshop for feng shui purposes.
Well, before we do that, let's think about where we want to put our workshops. Because we got the carpenters and we got the crafts dwarfs down here, and both of those we could move around to other places. We have this top central hall here.
Yeah.
And another one. We could make all the workshops into their own little rooms with their own little sub stockpiles.
I'd be down for that. I want that. That is my goal.
All right, so why don't we make both the carpenters and the make some long thin boys.
Long thin boys are good.
So that we have like, aesthetically speaking, little like, I guess sort of partitions. They're not real partitions. Kind of open faced to give that sense of community.
Yeah, open concept designs are real big right now amongst the dwarves. No cubicles or anything like that between workspaces. It's really quite a booming idea.
Mm-hmm. Open concept.
It's a way of the future.
Stocks are still okay. We got drinks, we got plants, we got meats. So I think food-wise, we're doing all right. We don't need to worry about feeding ourselves too bad.
Okay. So Dad's going to town on that. Cool.
Who's Dad's coworker?
I don't know.
Avus, I guess. We'll give people nicknames when they earn them.
Yeah. Dad and Karen were just kind of there. Victims of circumstance, some may say.
Build a carpenter's workshop there. Build a craft store's workshop once that... Yeah, there we go. Make a wood stockpile over here. And then, what do we want that one to be? Should it be the finished goods? Should it be like bone?
Well, I imagine the finished goods would be something that we have the potential to sell, so it would probably be bone, right? Like, we would want the finished goods to be closer to the trade port.
Okay, so then if we go... I don't know if it's animal or corpses. I think corpses is going to be people's bodies, so I'll say animal.
Okay.
Oh god, I don't actually know. Okay, custom stockpile. We'll make some custom settings.
For the bone.
Not that. Is it in refuse?
I don't see anything of what you're doing.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Do you mean you're confused by the UI, or do you mean you cannot see?
Okay. Right now, you're just looking at selecting the stockpile. That's it.
Okay, yeah, that's what we're doing.
No. Like it's the A for animals, U for furniture, Y for corpses. There's no like selecting fancy shit.
Oh, is it? I'm not moving anything around. It's like stuck.
Yeah, it's paused and stuff. I don't think it's like frozen. I just can't see whatever pop-up just came up.
There wasn't one.
Oh. Well, never mind then. I don't know. Continue on. Oh.
There we go.
Okay.
Like currently, can you see dwarves all wandering around holding
the wander dwarves? Yeah, I can see the wander dwarves.
There we go. They're hauling some things off. Ooh, dead rats and hamsters.
Yay!
That really helps with the feng shui.
Really helps with the feng shui.
Well,
Will
up here we've already got the food stockpile, so we could put the finished goods here.
will the orgy chamber be next to the brewery or the nursery? No, obviously it's next to the grand feast hall.
No, you have it be both. Brewery is input, nursery is output.
Oh, god damn it. Hello there, fair sir. Yeah, no Fallout today. We decided that we weren't just gonna do Fallout today. We just weren't in the mood. We were in a very low energy mood. And that was pretty much it.
So we decided to play the most arcane of arcane games.
Yeah, but it's a chill arcane game.
All our stockpiles are kind of filling up too fast. Maybe we make some wooden bins.
Are they? Okay. I thought the gray meant empty.
It does. The bone stuff is all going to fill up before the stockpile fills, though. So I'm going to see if I can get them to make a bin once they're done making tables and chairs.
A bone bin? Or a bin out of bones?
I don't think we can make a bone bin out of bones, so I think we're making a wooden bin for bones.
Okay. A wood bone bin? I'm good with that.
No, we can't make a bone bin.
Damn.
We can make a wooden bin, which I guess we already commissioned.
Yeah.
But yeah, this area down here, we'll have a nice little... Actually, you know what? We'll make it a little meeting area. Right now, people are all hanging out by the old wagon. There we go, meeting area.
Cool. People will chill and be merry. Then maybe the other direction, like opposite the workshops, we have the food hall.
Yeah, I was thinking down here we put just like tables and chairs, and then over here we could make like a tavern. We could make like
Fair enough.
because by food hall, what do you mean? Do you mean like
A feastamajig.
place where people go eat foods?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll about do it. For now, we could put down just like tables and chairs, and then the next
Like-
project could be like a whole tavern.
Yeah, like I'm thinking long haul.
Okay.
Yeah. Cantina. Yeah, cantina works too, but I'm thinking like long haul. Viking long haul.
You know we got to put columns in there.
Oh, fuck yeah.
God damn, look at them rows. Okay, that's actually slightly off. That's going to drive me insane.
Long cantina hall, exactly.
Although maybe we put them further apart.
We can invite the Star Wars Cantina band and they can play some
Didn't work.
smooth jizz.
Good old Star Wars jizz. Who thought it was a good idea to go, let's let George Lucas just say whatever he wants?
Oh god, he really did just go absolutely hog wild on that, didn't he? He was just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make up lore. There's gonna be so much BS lore. It's gonna be great. Oh god. I was watching a documentary on Disney Plus about how many times Star Wars nearly failed before the first movie came out.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Apparently it almost didn't even get past Tatooine. Like that's how many like production issues they ran into.
We seem to already be running a little bit low. We're running low on wood. We have to
Okay.
chop down some of these trees here.
Can we get like a hunter's log, or not even a logging cabin?
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. Just a place to chop down trees?
We kind of just pick the ones that we send them out to chop.
That's fair, but like where do you keep the tools then?
It's just the one guy and his one axe, and he wanders off. It's salvageable going, all right, guess it's time to hack a tree down.
That's fair, I guess.
See, there we go. He's fell in a tree.
Way to go, bud. You're doing it. Real Paul Bunyan of you.
And felled.
Nice.
Oh,
But he's not going to haul the logs. Wow, that's a big tree. I'm guessing by how many logs fell. That's a big tree.
yeah. Decent size. Decent size. Other people are doing the work. Yeah, there they go. Whole chain of people hauling it off into the wood stockpile.
That is my favorite part of RimWorld, when you just see that organization of people doing things.
Yeah.
Or like when you've been stuck on something for a very long time, like stuck on a resource, and then one thing clicks and all of your citizens are just like, we can do this again, go.
I'm getting a little annoyed by the fact that we have no actual concrete information. I think we get a bookkeeper.
Okay, what other job, what are the, show me that jobs list. All right, we
So
got
we got
militia
a
commander, we got sheriff, we got hammerer. Not sure what hammerer does. I'm assuming he hammers things.
yes, executioner,
Oh,
Gallagher style.
yeah, that's fucked. Don't be in the splash zone, kids.
Make sure to put on your ponchos. $5 from the gift shop.
Oh, God. I can just picture that too. Like, what would be printed on it would be like the executioner with the executioner mask and a fucking hammer with like the hammer coming down and just blood and guts exploding outwards. No, like, visible body or head, but like, would you really need it at that point?
Ugh, yeah, good point. Well, they identify your body before you come down.
Well, yes, of course.
Definitely not after. Not going to work so effectively then.
No, definitely not. I'm digging all the red sand.
Our finished goods bin. We have a bone bin.
We have a bone bin? Fuck yeah.
We have a bone bin. We have a figurine of Dodoc board season.
Who the fuck is Dodoc board season?
Well, let's have a read. The Dwarf and Doonrock the Wooden Clod, the Plains Titan. Dodoc board season is cringing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Doonrock the Wooden Clod is striking a menacing pose. It relates to the smashing of of his right lower leg by the Titan
Okay.
during a rampage in the spring of 157.
Man, imagine being so fucking manly that you get your leg crushed and all you do is just cringe slightly, like, fuck. Just like, ah.
I can't believe you just like smashed my leg. This is not appropriate discourse. I'm cringing so hard. Whatever happened to honest debate? Come on my podcast.
Oh, man. Speaking of honest debate. No, I'm loving the Biden memes. I'm living for the Biden memes.
I feel like Biden is a lot funnier to meme because, like,
yeah,
I feel like genuinely Trump kind of stopped being funny when he started being elected and, like, the reality set in.
Well, he's been memed for 4 years. We're tired of Trump memes. We don't care anymore. It's been memed to death. And now we have another political figure to meme. And it's perfect because his memes are contrary to all of the Trump memes. Like, for example, just a buddy in my friend group, he does not know when to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
And we're having, like, I was playing Democracy 4, so naturally we got into the subject of like politics and political debate. And then he just wouldn't let me finish a sentence. And so my one buddy just got so frustrated with the entire conversation and just fucking left. And I just sent him I just sent him a Biden gif of just like, will you shut up, man? It's like I want to be able to talk and have a proper discussion on this thing, but fuck.
Oh, I'm trying to
So,
remember how many tables we got. We were supposed to be building 16, so we got one. Sorry, you were saying?
oh no, that's literally it. So we got tables. Do we need chairs? Do we have chairs?
Yeah, we're building them as we're building the tables.
Okay.
I figure maybe it only goes midway down. Because what we can also do is go here, make another meeting area, and assign it to a location. We will add a location, such as an inn and or tavern.
Well, I was gonna say we definitely need to save a little bit of room for the Cantina band.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be somewhere, just being able to go. Now, we didn't mine that stuff to the right. What is that stuff to the right?
These are peach tree roots. Looks like this is a pecan tree root.
Oh,
Also, bad news.
what?
This is our mine.
Oh, is that
We
water?
can dig that deep because of the aquifer.
Oh. And I guess we can't fish in an aquifer, can we? Well, we have made a well.
Technically, we haven't made a well yet. Technically, we would. What we could do is go down here and like dig out our well.
I guess that is true. It's in a nice centralized location.
Or, oh,
Hey, you lied to me.
I guess the red sand isn't. If we do this,
What? You're making it.
okay, so that's where the damp stone is.
Okay.
Channel this out.
You're making it fill the well. You're making this aquifer go.
All right, so we can undesignate that because we're supposed to be digging through it. It's like we also need to get this one taken care of down there.
Yep, right into the red sand.
Make a floor around our prospective new well.
So people don't fall in. It's all about worker safety here.
Of course. Here at Dwarf Corp, we care.
Although worst case, you fall into an aquifer, which isn't really the worst thing, and we already have stairs to lead you out, so...
Yeah. It's very convenient.
Do we need to
Highly
worry
effective.
about things like sewer systems and stuff like that?
As far as I know, they haven't modeled dwarves needing to shit yet.
Okay. Well, that's nice. Wonder if we could drain the aquifer.
So we need blocks and we need mechanisms.
How do we make blocks?
We can have mason stone ones or forge iron ones, or we could just make wooden ones, which I think is probably what we want to do. But for the mechanisms, we need to make a mechanics workshop. It's barely ever going to be used, so I figure it doesn't even need to get a stockpile, really. You just
Okay.
plonk it down.
Yeah, just as like a side thing there. That makes sense, because we're not building in that direction just yet, so fuck it. Now, where is Miner Dad? Well, what's he doing there? How is he doing some mining all the way up there? He's never going to finish his tasks.
Oh, well, speak of the devil there.
There we go.
So now we put down a mechanics workshop, put it there. See if anybody goes down there to build it.
How do you know
Oh,
when
there
it's
we go.
built? Like, how are you supposed to know that that's built?
Well, you can go and check it out, and it'll tell you, like, now it's working, but before then it'll say, like, this is still under construction.
Okay.
Someone should go down there, hopefully, and build some mechanisms.
What can we use the mechanisms for? Drawbridges? What?
We can use them for drawbridges, floodgates. We can use them for, like, powering different machines. In this case, we're using them to build a well, but, like, you use them to make different things like traction benches when people have widespread injuries.
Okay.
It's a component more than anything. Okay, our long haul is getting longer.
We need the longest of hauls. It needs to be the most decadent haul ever.
We don't have a tavern keeper.
We also don't have a performer.
True.
Well, can we assign someone to do?
Yeah. Who's our tavern keeper here?
Saladrol.
Seldril's going to be busy being also the carpenter, so we'll see how that goes. Any performers?
Avas. When he's not mining, he's performing.
Singing mining songs?
Yeah, they're all just like mining songs. All the good Steel Fist mining songs.
Just playing banjo and mumbling something.
Oh, fuck, that is such a aesthetic.
All right, we're still waiting on those mechanisms. I don't think the job's been assigned yet.
Come on, Karen, get your shit together.
Yeah, Karen's doing some managerial work, it looks like. And drinking.
Yeah, that sounds like managerial work.
And going to bed.
Perfect. Totally had a meeting yesterday at work where, like, my managers were just like, yep, I'm just gonna, it's the end of the day, so I'm just gonna crack open a cold one, don't mind me. And it's just like, I don't blame you at all. Fuck it.
All right. So we can't make these mechanisms because we don't have access to stone.
Right, because we're digging into sand. How is that working? I thought this was like, you said sand, I thought it was sandstone.
Nah, this is just, well, it's loamy sand. You know, it's keeping. It's keeping.
But it's not sandstone. Okay. So, do we want to try poking the other place to see what we get? Or, like, is
Yeah, we
that
could
red
put
stuff
some-
different?
Do a little strip mining.
Yeah.
See what we find.
A little bit of the old dipstick. Just see what happens when we mine down there. Good news, don't need the bridge.
It is not currently bridge season.
But we do have the bridge for when we do need it.
Okay, still sand.
Still sand. Come on, Dad. You can do it. Oh, dear God.
So what do we do if we don't have stone? Do we have to import it?
We would have to import it. Man, that imagine the shame being a dwarf and having to import stone. We have nothing. It's all sand. Oh, fuck. Okay.
All right, so no mechanisms till we get stone.
Well, we can trade our bone scepters for stone, right?
Bone for stone. Bone for stone. Hi, I'm Digger Dan, and welcome to Dad's Bone for Stone. Do you have unused bone just lying around your house? Well, don't wait.
Have I got the bone for you? Oh, that's cursed.
Comes in with a fake mustache and a black fucking cowboy hat, like, well, Digger Dan, I have a bone to pick with you. No worries, Cowboy Stan. We have tons of bones to pick from.
I hate everything about that.
Okay, so I think we need to elect a broker and have them be a salesperson.
Can it be Digger Dan?
Oh. Yes, it can. Yes, it can with Digger Dan.
Oh, God. Because, I mean, he won't be mining stone. We literally have no reason to go to that second mountain. All he'll be doing is, like, clearing out rooms for us and sales. Like, fuck it.
Digging holes and meeting goals.
Exactly. Oh, God. Okay, what is another thing we can work towards? How do we make babies?
We wait for dwarves to feel like it, or we import them.
Can we,
Which
like...
is to say, like, migrants come in occasionally and there are kids involved.
But can we, like, set the mood a little bit by, like, making individual rooms, or, like, what?
Yeah, let's make some apartments.
Okay. I wanted to
Maybe
make them
make
the lower levels, but I guess we can't.
Guess we just have to make some long-ass fucking hallways.
Yeah.
How big do we want these? Some 5x3s? Those are reasonably cozy.
Yeah. Comfy dwarven sort of hall. Why not?
Usually I have them 5x3 and then I have a design. You end up kind of factorifying everything at a certain point.
That sounds about right.
You get used to having like sort of methodologies you repeat.
That sounds accurate, yeah.
So I'm going to make these match on either side.
Are you
so
sure
that should get us...
Are you sure
it's
like that's not 5x3?
Those
ones on the end are longer.
The ASCII characters are slightly warped.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why it didn't really look the same.
So that's going to be 12 rooms. Maybe preemptively we dig for 24, but like make 12 rooms.
Okay. Yeah, because if we got 12, that's theoretically double the population we can make.
This is assuming, like, incel style, we're, like, assigning people GFs.
I mean, why not? There are dwarves. We can do what we want. In every way that is cursed as possible.
I refuse to partake in incelocracy.
Don't worry, it's fine. I'll just do double. I'll make up for it. Oh, God. People might not realize that I'm joking on that one, and that's the scary part.
The world's weird.
The world's very weird.
People have been coming up with weird shit on the internet.
Definitely.
And so the digging begins.
Design. That is a fucking design and a half.
We're going to need 12 doors. 12 beds.
We need more doors.
12 tables. Because, you know, sometimes you don't want to be in the long hall.
Yeah, exactly.
12 chairs. 12 chests, which I'm going to make 15, so we can have some...
for stockpiling purposes?
In the long hall so that we can put, like, goblets in.
Okay.
12 cabinets. And last but not least... Actually, is that everything? Yeah, that should be everything. So then at the bottom of the priority, I'm going to put cups. Because people are mad about not having them. These are made 3-1, if I believe, if
What
I
the
remember
fuck are they
correctly. So I'm gonna make
drinking right
5.
now? Are they just using their hands, being like,
They're just lifting up barrels and going glug.
"Oh wow, fucking champions"? Let them go. They're so industrious. I love them.
Really putting in the hours.
Yeah, like they just keep going. Doesn't seem like they stop. It's a little unnerving sometimes.
Well, let's see how Avos does it. We know that Digger Dan always has a digging plan, but
Fucking Christ. You're worse than me, and I try to be that bad.
the evil is within me. Okay, see, Avos is still really effective about allotting out this. Ooh, we're cooperating.
Yay, cooperating to get tasks done twice as fast. Look at that hallway fly.
Whew.
I'm imagining a horror movie, though, where the killer just makes really bad jokes. And basically the entire horror movie takes place inside of a haunted, like, stand-up comedy sort of area. Like a stand-up comedy tavern where they have, like, the open mic night and shit. And you just take several comedians and you make a horror movie out of it, and it's the most B-list thing ever, but it would probably work pretty well.
That
Ooh,
sounds like
an opening. What do we got there?
all roots.
Ah,
Someone's gonna have a Rudy room.
but a big room.
I feel like a plan like that would either be like a recipe for a good comedy show or not. Like there's no way that could ever be mediocre. It could only be gold or trash.
Yeah, exactly. And it all depends on the type of comedians that you get. Like, I wouldn't go for ones that are at the peak of their career, and I wouldn't go for ones that have sort of like washed out. You would really have to go and like try and find just people who are funny.
Now, if you want to like use studio money and go on a vacation with your friends, then you do it with Billy Madison.
Yes, of course.
Happy Madison.
Wasn't he also?
Yeah. It's Billy Madison, I believe, and Happy Gilmore, which is what the studio Happy Madison is named after.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And it's Adam Sandler and his friends, like in their 50s and 60s, going, "Hey, let's go film something down south with a tire swing." And then that was, what was it? Father's Day? Something dad related. It was dad themed.
And then it's just like, let's go to like some resort, and that was the one with Jennifer Aniston, the romantic comedy. I don't know. He just makes romantic comedies now.
Yeah, and then I think there was a different one in a different resort with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
God, they're all the same.
That one was 50 First Dates with Drew Barrymore. That one was solid. I like 50 First Dates. Primarily because it's the story of an asshole who's just like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to be an asshole anymore. Which I think is always something that we can get behind.
You do always have the power to be slightly less of an asshole.
Right?
An admirable goal, truly.
I think that was their trip to Hawaii. I seem to recall that it was Hawaiian themed. Although I don't really remember much about the setting of that movie. It's been years since I've watched it.
Apparently our trapper recites poetry.
Oh, that's nice. Maybe we should make him the performer and he just does slam poetry. Dwarf and long haul. Oh, God. Wait, did you actually make him a performer?
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Actually, if I saw correctly, he has kills. Oh, it's just a river otter and a skunk.
Okay.
Never mind.
What were you thinking?
Who's coming out there fucking like talking like war stories, all the people he's fucking slammed down. He's like, yeah, I beat up an otter and I shot a skunk. In the hole full of sand, I am getting drunk.
I don't even imagine it's stuff like that. It's like super over the top, like descriptions of things. Like he describes how the skunk sprayed him, being like acid pouring down my throat. God,
I
remember?
have been hit with the blasts. I do not know how to handle the stench of the ass. I desperately hope that this agony will pass. Perhaps I've been schooled, and life is my class.
Oh, fucking hell!
I cannot tell you the amount of shame that comes with how easy it was to come up with those lines. Because it means that this might potentially be something that, like, I could do passably, and I don't want that to be a fact that's true about my life. I
Oh,
would rather not be able to come up with sequential rhymes.
it's okay. You're just like Eminem. You know, you think in rhymes. That's just how your mind operates. You're just different from everybody else. Oh, fucking Christ. I remember listening to an interview where he said that, and I was just like, really, dude? You're going down that angle. Okay.
It's funny what fame does to people. Like, it just twists your head.
Yeah.
Like, I remember people saying it's the same reason that, like, oftentimes, like, when you're homeless for longer and longer periods of time, like, you become, like, so to speak, like, homeless-ish. Like, the way that people exhibit, like, really erratic behavior, like, because it's just you're so used to not being seen as human on that basic level. Like, people see you almost more as debris. And it's in the same way with celebrities, it's like an inverse, where instead of being beneath humanization, you're above humanization.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which, while getting groceries today, lady sitting on the side of the road called me satanic and told me to continue my satanic rituals. And I don't really know how she got that, but I don't think she was
Yeah.
all there.
It's really what it is it's just mental illness.
Yeah. Like that's literally all it is. It's one of those things where like I get a chuckle out of it, but at the same time it's really kind of sad.
Yeah.
How's our table and chair collection doing? Have they made any of it?
Good question. I'm just putting down our chests here for the tavern. We have. Okay, they're mostly done.
Okay. How's our food supply doing?
Food supply is looking pretty good. Looking pretty good.
That's pretty good. Okay.
We have numbers of.
Plump
See, we have
helmets. Yeah.
we have multiple vegetables. We
We need
have
to make a
two
kitchen.
choice of drink.
We need to make a kitchen.
Yeah, let's make a kitchen.
Why not?
I feel like we should just like slap it right down in the middle of here.
I don't know. I'm sort of the idea that like it would be off the long haul, wouldn't it?
Yeah, double doors, and then just back here.
Yeah. Is it wrong that I want to make a staff room for the long haul and everything like that? Where the staff of this place can go to relax. But that's just because I've worked in multiple food places.
Oh yeah.
Staff rooms are very important.
I worked at a movie theater for a while, and they had all kinds of like coded language, like being on screen. Boy, howdy, is it nice to not be on screen. Which is ironic considering we're literally streaming something live, but like,
Yeah. You All right. Sorry about that, everybody, but my computer just decided to
I
not.
get knocked down.
Yeah, my computer decided to completely freeze. Couldn't hear Will, couldn't see what he was doing, nothing. Computer was just borked. So, quick restart and we're back. We're back and ready to go.
Now, what we can do, because we have a bunch of fish and plant and all kinds of stuff, is we can start getting people to make easy meals.
Woohoo! I'm familiar with that. That's the equivalent of
That's
simple
right.
meals.
It's time to take Kraft cheese slice, put it on a bun, put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and go, hell yeah. I'm 13. I'm feeding myself.
You know, you joke, but those are how I make a lot of like weird
Too.
creations. Like, it's shit like that being like, I could find a fancy way to do this. Or I could simply, do what I know how to do and combine it with this fancy thing to make a way dumber down version. Like, it's not going to be as tasty, but still quite good.
Yeah, the thing is, there's a big difference between cooking for other people and cooking for yourself. Like, if I'm cooking for other people, you bet I make fancy shit, fucking cordon bleu risotto shit. But, like, if I'm cooking for myself, I'm putting in the minimum effort
Yeah.
possible.
Like, I had one of those whatever's in the kitchen kind of days.
Mhm.
Um, and so I was on the phone with my mom, and my mom loves to criticize my cooking because I tend to be very simplistic and have very few like variations in my diet.
Mhm.
And so she likes to make fun of me for that, and it's not hurting me at all. Uh,
There definitely isn't a specific, consistent medical reason why you can't eat a large amount of foods.
yeah. Um, but uh, she likes to sort of criticize my food a little bit, and then I just had one of those whatever's in the kitchen days where I was just like, I have burgers, I have the ingredients to make an omelet, by which I mean I had like cheese and egg. And so I was just like, I'm going to make an omelet and the burgers and cut the omelet in half and put them on two burgers. And my mom started trying to criticize me and then was just like, actually, that sounds pretty good. And I'm like,
They
right,
always talk shit till it works.
right, it just works. You don't need to be fancy. It certainly wasn't fucking fancy, but it was fucking good. I'm gonna make it again tomorrow.
Sometimes you just find something and it's like, it changes the way you look at food. You go, oh man, I didn't realize you could do this. Like putting Kraft cheese slices on a half burger bun and putting it in the microwave.
I still do that.
It's a hot cheese bun. It's good.
Yeah.
It's
It's
food.
it's basically one step short of a grilled cheese. I don't know why people would sass you for it.
It has protein and carbs.
It's literally healthier than a grilled cheese because you are cutting the butter in it. So
Exactly. It's healthy.
it's
It's a
healthy.
health conscious choice.
It's totally not because I'm lazy as fuck. Now
Apparently,
why
Salajol has made a masterpiece door.
Oh, good job.
Good door.
Is that like in RimWorld when something is a masterpiece, it gets like a description and like an art value to it?
The thing is, I don't know which door it is now. Is it this door?
It was a
Is that
willow door,
door?
but they seem to all be willow doors.
Where is it? No,
We don't
is it
have Willow
T?
Door.
Okay, I think this is it. It's a superior quality willow door.
Okay, cool.
Someone's got to have the masterpiece.
True. If
Ooh, unless the
only...
masterpiece is going to be the door to the. Oh, I guess it's going to be the door to the kitchens.
Perfect. That's what I want. Okay, so you set up the cookery place.
Mm-hmm.
And did all that.
I don't know if anybody's actually cooking, though, is the thing.
Do we need to have someone assigned to...
No, someone just went in. Never mind.
Okay. Okay. I guess they wouldn't have gone in unless they had, you know, cookery to do.
Say masterful willow door, and that's all we get.
Ah. That's unfortunate.
Indeed it is.
I always liked those where it was just like, this person has made a masterwork rifle or something like that, and then like it describes that, like inscribed on there is like a scene of a battle or something like that. Like
It's selective with what they put, like what they do that stuff with in this game, because they definitely do with a lot of it. They have the long, elaborate descriptions and like.
I was gonna say this is the type of game to have that, right? Like
It's all about finding the right item, like the figurine of the dude getting his leg smashed.
and cringing.
Oh yeah, we're assigning rooms.
Lots of Betty buys for people. So do they just like get a bed and that's okay?
Whoever sits down there first lies down for a nap, claims the room, I guess.
Okay. Oh,
Guess it's a system.
He made a masterpiece willow cabinet. How impressive.
I think that the fishers are trying to fish off of the hole the well's going to be in.
Oh. That's not how that works. Oh, the best you'll get is silverfish.
You know, tasty, tasty silverfish.
Everyone's favorite. Absolutely delectable. God, could you just imagine someone in like the middle of a village just goes to the well and tries to fish? Like, fucking Christ.
It's the kind of error that you expect. Like, it's parable tier. Like, oh, Tom the Fool took his fishing pole, but he went to the well. And we said, oh, Tom, you don't fish in wells. Tom was saddened. Like,
yeah. But at the same time, I feel like something that that would be something that would be included in boomer humor. Living life lesson.
It's difficult to figure out if being a living life lesson is a position of pride or a position of shame.
I take pride in it, depending on what the life lesson is. Being known for that guy who fished in the well would probably not be something I would be proud of, but it's something that you gotta embrace, because that's coming up whenever someone moves into town.
Yeah, you're gonna be well guy forever.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how our dwarves are feeling. Whose opinions do we care about?
We care about Saladrol's opinion.
All right.
He likes bauxite. Okay.
Bitter after getting into an argument. Annoyed. Okay, really just annoyed at not having a cup. That seems to be basically it.
Romantically involved with Sibrick. Sibrick roughness action.
Sibrick roughness action.
I thought that's what the name said. I read it really quick. See?
No, it's Sibrick roughness action.
I wasn't wrong. I thought I was going insane because I read that last name. Oh. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's why I like Dwarf Fortress. You find little information. Like,
Yeah.
let's see some shit about Karen's life. Karen killed an elf, apparently.
Fucking awesome.
Karen's married. I'm
Apparently
surprised.
she keeps going to these shows. Jeez. Married to Zephan? Do we move them into the same room at that point?
Oh, Zephan doesn't live here.
Oh,
Maybe ex-husband.
potential. Wow, lots of cousins. Holy shit. Big dwarf family.
Oh, hey, I see people moving cups in. Quality of life seems to be improving.
That's good.
Hashtag cup gang. Hashtag cup squad.
I need a cup. I don't have enough cups. Are you winning, son? Apparently you're winning. You got Sebrick roughness action as your boy toy.
Yeah, apparently.
Also, apparently you're female, Saladrol, but I seem to make that mistake every time I play RimWorld.
Also, who's this deity? Who's Sirab, the Fountain of Turquoise? A female coyote associated with volcanoes, mountains, and earth.
Okay. Sounds legit.
Weird god, but okay. I would make a joke like, what is that, the slogan of the British Empire? But no, we know that the slogan was weird god, but not okay.
For the Crusades. Oh man, we should just host a dwarven crusade against the elves, obviously.
It is something we could mount once we have enough forces.
The goblins are fine. The humans are fine. We just know who we have to take out.
It's only 11 of us, and it's still early spring.
Well,
I don't know what how
11?
effective our forces are.
I thought we had 12.
Did we lose someone? Oh, we have 12 rooms.
Oh, okay.
But that's just because it's 6 on the side.
Okay.
Has anybody moved into any of them? Nope.
Do we have to, like, unassign them from the barracks?
I think they just haven't slept anywhere else yet.
Our dwarves need no sleep. Our dwarves go forever. Okay, so where do we want to build out to next?
That's a good question. Because at this point, if we can't build any deeper, we can build linearly outward.
Yeah. A little worried about the river, though.
Well, we'll know when we get closer to it, at least.
We can't delve greedily, Saladrol. There's an
unless we want to see if we can try to find a way past the aquifer.
How would we get past the aquifer?
Well, we need to find a way to dig through it. So either we try next to the well and see if we can dig down here.
There was, like, where that well was, there was no, like, damp soil, so we could probably try.
Yeah, we'll give that a shot.
Hopefully we didn't make it terrible by doing this.
Okay, we're moving.
Okay, we got stuff.
But, might just be slightly deeper here. Yep.
Ah, damn it.
But it gives us another layer.
It does. It does. You didn't tell us anything, Saljol.
To be fair, I didn't tell you anything either.
Yeah. But when I ask questions, you answer them.
That's still a mean thing to do for Dwarf Fortress. What we could do is always just abandon this spot and go for somewhere more mountainy.
No, I like this spot. This spot is... It's got spunk.
It's got jizz. Down in the cantina.
That is a synonym, yes. Are we still in winter?
Still early spring.
Oh, it's early spring. Okay. I was gonna say, has the river melted? It doesn't look like it.
Well, the snow is starting to melt, so the river should be going soon.
Lousy, rotten, smarch weather.
Stupid smarch.
I love The Simpsons. We have no meat? Is that what that said?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, we gotta get hunting.
It's an eagle and a skunk, but that's about it.
That's sad.
We can murder the donkey.
But yeah, we could.
We also have a lot of fish.
We also have a lot of fish. Maybe we just rely on fish for our meat.
Somewhere around here there's meals or something like that. Yeah, we've got food.
Plum helmet biscuit. Oh, that's great.
Plump helmet biscuit sounds like a kid insult.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So, is there a way...
Suck my barf, plump helmet biscuit. Sorry, you were saying?
Is there a way to get iron? Like, can we start crafting, like, weapons and shit? Or do we need the mechanisms for that?
We would need some sort of way of getting coal, which we could make like a wood furnace and burn wood, but we don't have that many trees. We could import weapons, we could import metal to turn into weapons, but all that stuff's going to be on the year scale.
This is a really shitty land for general progression, isn't it?
Yeah, but not the worst. I've seen people try and produce in worse, like go up in the tundra and stuff.
Okay. Well, maybe we have the aquifer. Maybe we try more farming. Maybe we're farm dwarves.
Yeah.
Is there a way for us to produce, like, flax and make, like, linen?
True. We could build ourselves a farmer's workshop, which is general farm-related tasks. And then once that's there, then you start getting animals sheared, you spin some thread, get some milk,
wait,
a little bit of cheese.
I was gonna say, something didn't add up there. Spin some thread, get some milk. I'm like, wait, where was that jump? I'm sorry, teacher, you started the equation and now x equals 9 and I have no idea what you did in between of that.
It is a non-sequential list of tasks.
Okay.
Although I should probably find some... Congratulations, Weaver. You don't have any other skills. I'm going to have you do all the farming that isn't fields, brewing, and cooking.
Okay. Well,
Which hopefully should get that workshop built soonish.
yeah, I was gonna say, in fairness, that's basically, like everything that you would use for weaving. Congrats, you're now doing that as farming. You get to be a part of the entire process.
And there we go. That's that workshop built.
Cool.
What you doing there, friend?
He's
Being grouchy?
Well, I guess he doesn't like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
Hmm.
He's not that into yoga.
I don't think we can specifically produce champagne, but we can produce wine.
Maybe we do. Maybe we do. Do we need grapes?
We would. You know what bugs me about the whole, like, if you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain thing? The guy's making this sell being like, well, if you like living a life of leisure with no real question as to where exactly the money is coming from and just relaxing all day and doing nothing, I could give you that life, unless you don't want it. And it's just like, but everybody wants that. It's just that, like, you go stir crazy and kind of just end up working if you've got nothing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're not making money off of this. Our motivation for doing this is wanting to.
Yeah.
But also, like, that costs money.
Definitely. Yeah, I had a very joking conversation with Victoria like a couple of years back. Basically being like, both of us essentially were like, wait, but I wanted you to be the breadwinner and I could stay home all day and do nothing.
Yeah.
It was great.
I want to be the one that gets to...
I want to get to be the one to loaf around. Sure, I have to vacuum the house, but come on, loafing around. You know what game this gives me vibes of?
Mm-hmm.
Medieval Dynasty, which is like a pretty newish game. I shouldn't say newish, it's like literally new. Came out like last month or something like that. It's not graphically the same at all.
Mm-hmm. It's visually, like, tolerable.
Well, yeah, it's like Unreal Engine sort of like 3D graphics, like you're walking around as one human being. But the whole point is that like you build houses and then you go to neighboring towns and convince people to move into your village that you created because you're the ultimate Chad. Like that's the lore of the game, is that your dad was a fucking Chad and you want to be a fucking Chad. And so you go and start off your own village and start doing everything yourself, and then people are like, "Man, he's a fucking Chad. I want to work for him."
That's pretty Chad.
Yeah, and so you set
Pretty
up
Chad.
like the automation tasks of stuff like that. Like you have people work fields, you have people go mining, and of course you can just do it all yourself, and you have to at the start.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's quite interesting. The entire concept of the game is that you go through the seasons and you start a dynasty, right? Like you take over as your kids when you die and stuff like that. Very interesting game. I'd be interested to play it. I haven't actually played it yet.
Yeah, that could be a fun one.
Yeah. Especially because there's actually like going around and conversing with people.
Mm-hmm.
And also hunting bears, which who doesn't want to hunt bears?
Mm-hmm.
I think we would probably get not big Fallout vibes, but like just the sort of like walking around in a wilderness completely by yourself kind of vibes.
There is something kind of nice about that.
It
Good old wilderness.
It's a chill, relaxing thing. It's like exploring in Minecraft. And then a bear comes up and attacks you. And You have a little mini freak out, but you're good after that.
I've been building so much shit in my Minecraft single player game. I got
Yeah.
a farmhouse. I've been building like gardens like in the nearby area. I'm gonna make like a hedge maze near there. We're
Nice.
getting fancy up in here. The
Nice.
only thing I have left to do is I need to forcefully kidnap a few villagers to try and establish them at my base, but
Yeah. That's one of the weirdest parts of Minecraft. I wish there was a different way of attracting them other than forcibly kidnapping them from your town.
yeah. You can't just hold up an emerald and walk slowly.
Give the guy enough emeralds and he'll follow you.
Yeah. I had a single player game that I've since kind of ditched for another one because you cap out and you want to build a new something, right?
Yeah.
And I swear I just started accumulating like wandering trader alpacas because they would just get caught on something somewhere. It would always be a different spot and leave behind leads. And I just ended up with like a horde of alpacas on an isolated island.
It's alpaca land. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically just free wool. If you're in Rimworld, anyway.
Mm-hmm. In Minecraft, it's free honk noise. That's basically it.
Huh.
I might use them to bulk sell a bunch of stuff to villages at some point, but
Oh yeah, because you can slap saddles on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Still no rocks down in this here hole though.
Well, maybe we have to, do some strip mining or something to try and find some.
Well, if it ain't here, it ain't here. So we could.
True. No traders have come by. It'd be nice if some came by.
Yeah, I don't think we picked a spot where the elves will come talk to us. So it'll be the humans in summer, or the dwarves in fall. Still a season or so to go. Unless we want to just uproot and plonk down somewhere else.
It kind of sucks because I kind of like just sort of like sticking with an area until it's a barren wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if we don't have stone, we don't have stone. Like I wish we could send off a different group to go and mine some and bring it back. I imagine we couldn't really automate that process of them going to a different tile and doing that. Can we ourselves go out and trade with other people?
We can't go out and trade. We can go and raid. Like we can. There's a military screen, and you can go and like plunder ruins for artifacts and attack villages and stuff. But
maybe we have to plunder some ruins.
You only get like artifacts back. You wouldn't get stone.
Ah. You mean to tell me that that those ancient ruins don't have stone walls that we can take down? That's bullshit.
The thing is, it just sends your dwarves off map and they come back with stuff. So you wouldn't be able to command them the same way. Oh, that's a pause. What's the pause for? Migrants.
Hey, who do we got?
Oh, that dark red one's a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 2 kids.
Cool. We got the youngins.
We'll give them a minute to filter in, see how many we got. Yeah. A couple kiddoids.
Run.
Do we have any animals? And nothing that needs to be penned. It's not too bad.
Maybe we do just uproot, go somewhere with actual stone.
Yeah, technically speaking, it wouldn't be uprooting because you can go either retire it, where it's just they stay here, some other dwarves do other thing, or you abandon them, in which case a new expedition of new dwarves comes in and settles something.
Okay. Interesting. What would happen if we were to be a colony of like war dwarves that basically like raids all the areas around? Can you wipe out Can you actually like wipe out the other
Yeah,
people? And what
you
happens if you
can. We
start your
can
own
be
thing?
like we can be a raider camp. We just need to accumulate weapons and stuff like that.
Which we can't do here. So
In time. In time.
in time.
We
Uh,
also have. We can create a squad with Salajol, who I believe is our one fighty type because of
yeah.
the battle axe, because of the creative blocks. I guess that's an auto-generated name. That's okay.
Creative blocks. Sure. Oh god. And
So
here to
now,
entertain you tonight in the exciting sport of basketball, the Slaptown Slappers. Heading the Slaptown Slappers is the captain of the team, Saladrol. Number
so hopefully,
69.
I
Nice.
think we have a shield and like some mail, but right now Salajol could go off and try and steal some shit from people.
Do it. What happens if he fails?
No Salajol.
Do it. I am perfectly fine with risking Saladrol.
All right, so military. Looking at our equipment, it's got armor, no
Okay.
weapon apparently, but
Let's do some raiding then. We need to tech up. This is civilization style.
oh, here we are.
I'll regret this. Yes, I will, Saladrol. Yes, I will.
So technically, a lot of them are different civs that aren't necessarily
Those are
at
high
peace or at
pops.
war with us.
Those are high population.
So we're also part of a civilization, so we can't be messing up their whole thing. But if
Yeah.
there's a small unguarded settlement, maybe we'll have to travel.
What would
Could
be
also
the?
just sneak in.
I was gonna say what would be a small settlement? Because like I'm seeing hundreds and 75s, like a lot of hundreds and 75s.
You can get like really, really smart, really sparse, or you can get bigger, like in the hundreds.
Okay.
Maybe we just pick.
One that's close by to sneak into.
Yeah. Send a mission over there.
We cannot raid your civilization.
We are fair. No, hold on. We are the mortified pillars. Yep, that's ours. Mortified, 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 mortified. Oh. Nah, we're at peace with them. I mean, breaking peace.
We're at peace with a lot of people.
Fuck it.
At least this way they'll come and attack us and we can get even more weapons off their corpses.
All
Let's go
right, so the
slap
details
down
on this raid. We're trying to avoid detection. We're not pillaging. We're not raising.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. We just want to raid.
All right. Well then, off he goes.
We're raiding.
Good luck.
Ugh. Weaver cancels make cheese. Needs unrotten milk. Ugh.
Unrotten milk makes it sound so much grosser than fresh milk.
Right? It's just one of those things like, I don't like that. I don't like the way that's said.
It establishes rotten as being the default state.
Right?
Well,
Slam poet. I forgot about our slam poet.
huh? Saladul's back.
Oh, nice. Is he dead?
Oh, there's a mission report and a spoils report.
Ooh.
Oh, mission report.
They still called him the creative blocks.
Oh, that's the other. Oh, we got a rope. We stole a
Yay!
rope.
Good
Good
job,
work.
Salad Joel.
So
Proud
who's
of you,
next?
bud.
No population. You can see if there's anything in there.
Sure. Let's go, Slapdown Slappers. How did you come up with Slaptown Slappers?
Well, it starts with not thinking very hard about the consequences of your actions.
Uh-huh. I do that on a regular basis.
And then you go, what's a name for a thing? And you go with the first thing that comes into your head, even if it's bad. Like Slaptown Slapper's bad.
But that's how you get character names like Dinglefarb.
Well, okay, see, if we're raiders, this is a slap town in which our primary occupation is going to be slapping.
True?
Ain't found shit.
Damn it.
Okay, what else we got? Maybe we go a little further out.
I also like the idea that our main export is slam poetry. It's poetry that slaps. Obviously.
Maybe Celagil was stealthy enough to raid something nice with some secrets in there. I don't know.
Population of 50 is really the lowest I've seen anyway. We can't really go in guns a-blazing, can we? Battle axe.
Not so much. Not so much.
Such high pop.
All the ones right around us are our civilization, so we can't really go for them.
Maybe we do just need to sort of pick up and check some other location.
We could attack some dark goblin pits.
The 40 population? With one
Well, not
guy?
attack, just raid. Just sneak in. See how it goes, and
I guess. We can send Saladrol to the Desert of Throats.
oh, the Desert of Throats.
Terrible name.
Great way to spend a Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah. Right inside the scorching, I don't know. I want to call it a scorching forest, but that sounds weird. But like if you had a desert called, Desert Throat, and it was filled with cacti, why not call it the scorching forest? That sounds like a very accurate name. I don't know, get our slam
Does seem
poet to
about
write
right.
that down. A bard is visiting.
I'm imagining the slam poet being like, grab a bucket and a mop. No, it's a dry desert. Shit. Throws away a piece of paper.
Exactly.
We are getting some visitors, some people going to our tavern.
That's good. No one that has any stone though. Just like need one person to come to town with a rock in their pocket and we'll be solid. I wish some of the local people were like, hey, I went to this tavern and they have like no stone whatsoever. It's probably a very lucrative trade route. They don't have iron. They don't have stone. They have one dude with a battle axe who just keeps going out and like attacking goblins. That's about it. They could probably really use our help on that
Hey,
one.
Saladrol made it back.
Nice.
Undetected. Got a copper cage.
Okay.
So what we could do is we can go and make basically like a forge and maybe melt down the cage, turn it into something else.
That sounds like a great idea.
Maybe just put it off of here because it's a temporary endeavor. Not going to be doing it very often.
Yeah, Saladrol will come into a cage and just chuck it right in the fire. Good old miner dad to help us out.
Oh, we need a fire-safe material for building.
Oh, right. We can't just build it out of wood.
Yeah.
Can we use a copper cage?
Quick, the thing we need to melt. We need to use it to melt things.
Fuck. Okay, Saladrol, can you go and raid an entire forge, please?
I don't know if we want to do the same place again.
I feel like they would be wary.
Yeah. Next door. Next door.
Right next door. Oh, maybe we can start a war between those two civilizations.
That's true.
It's like, you stole a copper cage from us. We were using that to keep humans in them. You stole a forge from us. We were using that to melt down copper cages. Suspicious, suspicious.
You got peanut butter in my chocolate.
You got chocolate in my peanut butter. Solid Family Guy jokes. Even though that wasn't really like an OG Family Guy original, but, you know, still a solid Family Guy joke.
Yeah, I remember hearing from someone that they tried to go and rewatch and discovered that basically all of the funny parts of Family Guy were in like the first handful of seasons and then they just kind of taper off.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
There's nothing sadder than like not being able to say a show is good because it's only briefly good and then the predominant like meat of it is just deeply okay.
Yeah, like I've tried rewatching The Simpsons, and like a few of the episodes, like I rewatched like some of the entire original seasons, and those are like some of the most like nostalgic episodes for me. And I've come to the realization that The Simpsons wasn't necessarily like butt gusting, fucking gut busting funny. I don't know how I managed to do that. It wasn't like insanely hilarious, but it was just consistently enjoyable the entire way through, and I think that's really what made it so goddamn good. Like, what made a season so incredible was just that it was consistently enjoyable. Like, you could sit there and watch, and maybe you went an entire episode without laughing out loud, but you still had fun watching it. Yes, Saladrol butt gusting. Add it to the list of words I have invented, like scrote face. Or scrotesque, I think was the word I came up with.
So we got a mission report, but
no Saladrol? Or
no, Saladrol came back. It's okay. We got a mission report, but we didn't get a spoils report. And I thought it said we got treasure, but
Saladrol, what a failure.
Yeah, it says the sort of strapping stole treasure from Aqua Steels, and are we this? Yeah, I guess we're the sort of strapping.
Okay. Cool.
You learn new things every day.
Yeah.
Like the name of your own civilization. Well, all this successful raiding calls for another raid.
Yeah, I'm waiting for us to be like Saladrol returns, spoils of war, and it's just like the civilization's heart, and you just like look at them, and all of a sudden they're like an ASCII heart, being like, "Aw." I have a weird thought process sometimes. You ever just have those frequent moments where your train of thought goes down a direction and you just kind of let it?
Yeah, right now my train of thought is going, oh God, this isn't Fallout where I can go, hey Ken, quickly take over and be content. This is me playing this on my own computer and going, oh no, if I have to take a piss, that means I just leave this game to languish.
Eh, why not? Put us on the main level. Perfect.
Well, time to go take a shit.
Yep, have fun.
Hope we don't die.
That would suck. Oh god, if we get raided right now, I literally can't control Will's screen. I can't do anything. Oh god. That is such like a horrific idea that it's just gonna be like Saladrol's gone raiding. Probably has come back by now. And then it's just like, well, he's gone. Those fucking gobos just came and got revenge. Everyone's dead. And then Will comes back, and I'm just screaming at the screen, going, Digger Dad, no! Why did it have to be you? And yeah, then we all die, and then we have to start all over again. And that's gonna suck. But, you know. Oh, someone has become a fishery worker. Nice. I wonder if that's one of the kids. I have no way of checking that, but I'm assuming it's one of the kids. Why does it keep saying, like, oh, we have empty food storage item? Have we been keeping track of our food? Hey, Saladrol returned! You became the expedition leader. Cool. I would check what happened, but I wouldn't even know how to check that anyway. So, yeah. Great. Looking forward to it.
All right.
We're being raided by
What
goblins.
happened?
Saladrol returned. That's all that happened. Oh, and also someone became a fisher.
Well, looks like we got a mission report. Okay.
Undetected
Okay, we
by
got
the
some
hate of
treasure.
disemboweling.
We got one cave spider silk thread.
Fuck. This is not lucrative.
Yeah, I think it might be time to uproot.
Yeah, that's all we really can do.
Do we hypothetically leave this raiding band here?
Can we?
Yeah. Just retire it.
Okay.
So we probably want to be looking for somewhere with metal next time around. Metal and stone.
Yeah. Typical? How is that typical, Saladrol? Every RimWorld playthrough I've done, my characters have died horribly. That's not typical. Like, it's my characters have died so bad because I've refused to go to different areas, and that's what ended up getting them killed. And this is just like, we're fine on food, we're fine on resources, except for the resources we need to tech up. And so
We've
it's
got
just
everything
like,
we need but the tech tree.
we would literally be sitting here for the entire time until someone came by with stone and iron. Like, that's just it. And that's just
Apparently
sad.
it's taking a lot of time to save the coin information.
Well, economies are very complex, Will. It's very important to, save your history as well.
Saving history, saving the world, saving the whales, saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. Okay. You're doing that now.
Oh, now we're saving formations. We're saving crimes.
Saving crimes. Oh, we're loading an entirely new world? Okay.
Same one, just
Oh, okay. Oh, it's doing the simulation. Fun. Hematite 255. Why is it 255?
so that's the year it is.
You've been playing this for a long time.
I just let it boot up, and then like I started. I think one save on this file. There's another file I've been spending all my time busting my ass on.
Okay. I was gonna say, is like 255 like newish or like what?
The thing is like it takes exponentially longer and longer to grow your history. So this is a particularly long history. That's why you might have noticed there's like a ridiculous amount of civs all over the map.
Yeah.
The earlier you do it, the more like monsters and stuff like that there are. But
Oh,
also
okay.
you have less like advanced people to fight against. You have less civilizations around.
Okay. So when you're that first person that discovers how like ironworking works, it's like, oh fuck. This guy's leading wars here. This guy's innovating. Sistine Chapel up in this bitch.
Okay, here we go. So it's got deep metal, flux stone.
We should go right next to where our old colony was.
Same friends, same enemies.
No,
Okay,
no,
so
no.
where it says shallow and deep metals, I think that's what we want to do. If we
Okay.
can pick a spot around here that has trees, we might be better off, but we won't have reliable access to them.
Hmm.
The rocky wasteland won't really have any trees. It's a grassland.
Well, that's why the goblins are up there. Preferably a place that doesn't have an aquifer this time.
Yeah, the aquifer did kind of bite us in the ass a little
I
bit.
want to dig too greedily and too deep.
Yeah, I think we want to find a bit of mountain to build ourselves off of. We could be a seaside little castle.
We could do a seaside castle. There was that one that was low. Oh wait, what?
Okay. Oh, we got mountains.
Okay.
There's these hills. The shrubland will have some stuff for us, but it's got an aquifer.
I was gonna say the clay also sounds like it would have very little tree life and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think we wouldn't have the access to trees that we would need.
Mm-hmm.
Might,
How desperate for trees are we?
basically, the only thing you absolutely need them for is beds.
Okay.
But if you're hard capped on beds, your dwarves start getting real cantankerous.
Okay.
So we can just go in the middle of the desert, like a little desert enclave.
I'd rather not do that, but let's see what else we can get.
All right. Well, there was this area up here. If we're leaving that, actually, hold on. Were those hills?
Yes, cantankerous is a word, Saladrol. Don't be mad.
Okay, so there's. Nah, it's all rocky wastes.
Well, let's try a different area. Let's try somewhere around here. See if we can get an ocean area. Although I'm pretty sure the areas by the ocean all are aquifers.
Ooh, forests. Here we go. Frog. Ooh, we could be like a lone mountain civilization in this scorching wastes here.
Okay, okay.
The heat's going to be a problem, but
Fucking aquifers. I have no idea what I'm looking for with this. Is
Just
there
anywhere that
stone and
seems.
or iron? We are trying to find a place without an aquifer with stone and or iron.
Come on, anything. Come on.
Maybe
Come
try the other
on.
island. Yeah, 10 hours later. Try the other island. Let's see what we can get over there.
Up here. Yep.
Wow, that
Says
has
there's
everything. Shallow clay. All that good
Okay,
stuff.
so here, if you watch where I'm moving this around, it says aquifer only in some spots. So we could find a place where it just borders and doesn't have an aquifer.
Okay.
And then just build it so that the aquifer is like where we get our water from on one side of the map. Yeah. Yeah. So like there. But it's
Okay.
scorching hot, which means like that's a major risk for our dwarves. Unless we go up this way. Yeah, we want to go northward if we want to be less hot.
Just like your mom. Fuck off, Saladjul. God, that's terrible.
Good old your mom discourse.
Yep.
Well, we could do it here, nestled in the hills.
Where would we get water?
There's a brook there.
Oh, okay.
And we could be the same civ we were before, but now we're in the middle of nowhere, so we just raid.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right. What did we need again? Splint and crunch and crutch in case anyone gets hurt. And buckets for bucket reasons.
For bucketing. Quite useful.
Not buckler. 1, 2, and I don't know, a little bit more dimple cup spawn, let's say, to make the numbers better. Oh, we have 10 to spare. Is there anything we're missing?
We don't have a U, probably. You were missing one of the animals that we had before.
Maybe. No, they're all there.
Okay. I don't know.
Were we missing a quiver? Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it is. Missing a quiver. There we go. Kind of necessary for having a thing to shoot at people.
Yeah, it's a little bit necessary. People in general want something to hold their ammunition, unless we're doing it like D&D rules where ammo is disregarded, because let's face it, who the fuck cares about ammo?
Yeah. So it's... Since this is going to be our little raid kingdom, it's nice that it's called Gift Sabers.
Yes, we are gifting you. We are gifting you our sabers.
All right, so here's our lay of the land.
There are so
what do we
many
got
new
here?
things. I don't know what these are.
Oh, hematite, we got iron, boys.
Oh, yeah.
That's good news for us. So we probably want to be on that side for...
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's some more on this side.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, we are going to be fucking set.
Let's do some raiding, boys.
Yeah, good old Mountain Kingdom. So where do we want our opening?
Uh,
So we don't want to be too close to the edge of the map.
right.
We spawned in kind of... That's where we spawned.
What's the blue back there? Is that more water?
Yeah, just a little pond.
Okay. What's near, like, the top of the map?
This is all raised land here.
I was going to say maybe over there might be all right. I don't know.
Yeah. Just dig out right here.
Yeah. Burn down all the trees to piss off the elves. Fuck yeah.
It is doable.
Oh, I'd be so down.
Oh, right. We need to make ourselves a big opening hall, don't we?
I can see the look on the elves' faces as we burn down everything.
So this time we could probably preempt the dormitory and just start building rooms right away.
Yeah, that would probably be fine.
Maybe make a big central staircase here. It can go up one, so we'll do up, down. And aesthetics.
This is a branch colony after our wonderful initial success. Yes. We just decided, hey, how about we just move somewhere else? You know, given the fact that we're so successful here.
Take Bikini Bottom and put it somewhere else.
Oh, fuck, I don't even know what that was referencing. I never watched a whole lot of SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, I just don't know how much of it is nostalgia, how much of it is the show's quality. Like, I don't know if you were someone who never really watched much SpongeBob, if it's going to have any value, really, because it's just kind of...
Like, I watched a couple of episodes, and so I have the, like, gist, and I have, like, a minor nostalgia for it, but, like, a lot of references go over my head because I just didn't watch the episode, and if you didn't watch the episode, you have no context.
Yeah.
Jesus.
See, now this is a spot. This is a dang spot.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
What?
We got Kias. These birds steal shit.
Oh. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll just not drive them around, and they won't steal our shit. You went quiet, and it makes me sad.
I'm trying to think of where we want to plonk down our farms. Probably under the front.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, my idea is we push into the mountain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not the right one. There we go.
More pillars. Fuck your wagons. You're not getting anything out of here.
Well, if we build a depot right in the middle, technically we could get the wagons to come right into our opening section there.
That's true. And we didn't even have to build a bridge this time. Oh no. The billy goat is fighting. That's our billy goat, isn't it?
I think so.
Is our billy goat dead?
We're good. Just a tussle. Just a dust up.
A wee scrap.
Yeah, scuff.
What's the division symbols?
That is microcline.
Okay. I guess that really helps that I know what that is.
Yeah, it's good to know what rocks are while playing this game.
Yeah, seriously, fuck. Then I could just be like, ah, yes, hematite. I know that. I don't remember its exact formula, but I remember iron was a big part of it.
It's something, the Hema and the iron. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Wait, was it like FE203 or something like that? Let's see if I still remember mineralogy.
Yeah, one of them was with the 3+, and the other one was with the 2+.
FE203!
FE203! Woo! Putting that education to good use.
Yep. proving that I know some things, that I'm not a complete idiot.
That's right. Incomplete idiot.
That I have some ability to retain knowledge.
Some ability. I
What
really
does
hope they
hematite
finish
do
digging
for
so
the
we can
body?
start. Hmm?
I was on Google for hematite, and I saw people also ask, what does hematite do for the body?
Be a rock? Be a rock. It be a rock.
Yes. Hematite has a very strong grounding energy. You can feel that just by holding the stone in your hand. It also has a cooling and calming effect, as well as helps develop concentration and focus. What? It's a
It's a
rock.
rock. It's a
It's
rock.
just a rock.
I don't get the crystals thing because, like, other like magical practices of some sort have like a tradition they follow. There's somewhere they come from, but the crystals just kind of started happening.
Yeah, yeah. Which is sort of funny when you consider like most of the crystals are just quartz in like
Yeah,
different colors.
collect them all.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a gacha game of like crystals.
I mean, have you been to the Gem and Mineral show?
I, no, actually, I haven't.
Oh, it's a gotcha game, but with crystals.
Yeah, I know.
It's really weird because you go to the Gem and Mineral show and it's a hard 50-50 between like full woo and full science. So you have people being like, yeah, we got these fresh lab created samples from like blah, 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 and we got these from this mine that we're selling now. And then you got other people going like, I really like this amethyst. It grounds my energy. It just makes me feel good. You're like,
Oh, fuck. That hurts my soul.
and it's really weird because they're in the same room and they both really want to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable.
Okay, Dimple Cups, Plump Helms, Corey Bushes. That plot's being built still.
What I imagine for most like healing crystals, um like Will, you took mineralogy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, we had to do a weekly sort of lab where we had to identify the minerals that we had learned the week previous.
Mm-hmm.
And the best part was learning halite
Yep.
because it's table salt.
Yep.
That's all halite is. It's just salt. So the way to identify it is you look at the color and go, wait a minute, I think that's halite. And then you lick it. So you have a room full of people licking things, which, given our current situation, I really hope they're not doing.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
I really hope they're not doing that this year. And instead, maybe they just take halite out. Because halite was used to be a gimme, but not anymore. I don't know if you want to risk it.
The thing is, you're supposed to actually try and figure out what it is using other beans, but with halite, it was kind of just
You lick it.
yeah, you lick it.
That's really the best thing.
You just
Oh,
go, oh well, what do you know? It's salt.
yeah. Although the other way of identifying some rocks
Is to
was
put acid
is
on
to
them.
put acid on it. Will knows exactly where I'm going with this.
Yeah. So guess what minerals look similar to each other on a superficial glance before you do the test?
Calcite and halite.
Yep.
So calcite, when you apply an acid to it, it fizzes. And yeah, a lot of people put acid on halite, and then they don't take the acid off the halite before they pass it to the next person. So the next person has to either be like, there's no fucking way the person put acid on this, or like me, and clean it off every single fucking time. I never licked the halite. I didn't trust anyone around me. I didn't need to. I had identified the sample that they used. I knew it was halite just from looking
Yep.
at the sample. I didn't fucking care.
There are definitely a few times where a sample would get passed around the room and clearly no one knew what it is because they just didn't have particularly good samples. But there were
Yeah.
other times where like they were gimmies, and you would see someone struggling on the gimme, and you're sad. You're like, oh, I wish I
Yeah,
could help you,
yeah,
but
like galena. Galena is a very dense mineral, and it's
mm-hmm.
very, very shiny and looks very metallic. It is so easy to identify. You can
Yeah,
identify it as soon as it's put in your hand.
yeah,
And you see people put acid on it, and you go,
yeah.
why though?
The only reason I can think is because it's just you want to have a consistent methodology you always apply.
Yeah, that's true. I never had a consistent methodology, and that's probably why I didn't do so well.
But even then, that's the thing. It's like you apply the consistent methodology for when you don't have any ideas, but
Yeah,
like we use a bit of critical skills. We use the tools at our disposal.
yeah. That was a fun course. That was a interesting course. It was probably one of my favorite courses throughout my university geology career.
Mm-hmm. Some of them were real trash.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the
Okay, so
white stuff?
some
Is that just hasn't been cleared out yet, or what?
this stuff
Yeah.
that is
Clay. Okay.
chalk.
Oh, chalk. Okay.
Okay, they keep suspending the construction of this depot because there's a rock in the way and they're too weak to remove it. Like, come on.
You guys are dwarves. It's literally your ancestry to break down rocks.
Oh, I think that's what it is. Someone's set it aside for a task, so they can't move it until someone else moves it.
That's so dumb. So should we make a stockpile so someone can move it?
No, we just need to wait for whoever was going to move that to do it.
The daily beatings will continue until morale improves. It's terrible. I love it. So should we get like workshops going and stuff?
Yeah, we got the carpenters.
Okay.
We got a mechanics. We just need the still and the kitchen to get built.
Okay. Maybe we'll
So we
want
can
to
start-
like long haul it.
Yeah, we can make ourselves a tavern. We can make a bunch of bedrooms.
That sounds good.
Ooh. All right. So I think maybe we'd get like a hallway of bedrooms down here.
Any reason why you make them too wide? So it doesn't feel as, or so it doesn't look as claustrophobic? Or
Yeah,
like
also just for the room.
fair enough.
Gives you a little bit more space. No, they're not fitting right.
Mm,
Gotta have a sideways bit of hallway, it looks like.
well, that's fine.
Here we go.
We can still get too wide on that. And that's probably for the best.
We really don't need too wide for the hallways. Even one would work, but
It's aesthetics, all right? We got to
Yeah.
worry about the feng shui of our place.
exactly. Gotta make it feel big.
Exactly.
Gotta increase the big feel.
Yeah. Big feel is very important, especially for dwarves. Very sensitive about their masculinity.
Yep. Big building make dwarf happy.
Exactly. Big mind make dwarf happy, really.
It's me. I'm dwarf.
You are a dwarf?
I'm dwarf. I'm dwarf.
Aren't we all a little bit dwarf?
Yeah, unless you're elf.
Yeah, but fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
So why does the Dwarf Fortress community have like a general hatred towards elves?
Honestly, just because of Lord of the Rings and maintaining tradition.
Fair enough.
Gimli did it, and we thought it was funny, and we never stopped.
Fair enough, I suppose.
All right, so that's 12 rooms again.
More doors.
Mordor, you say?
Yes. That's so weird that it needs to be a wooden bed.
Yeah.
What happens if I want it to be a futon or something?
I mean, I think that's more of a functionality component than a material one.
This is true. But like, I wouldn't need wood if it was a futon. Although I also wouldn't want to use a futon on stone ground. That sounds really uncomfortable.
Do you mean mattress? Isn't a futon the one that's like a couch half the time?
Maybe.
Ken? Ken?
No? I'm gonna. I need to check my sanity.
You Googling futons?
Maybe. Maybe I am. What of it?
Well, what's the result?
I think I spelled it wrong.
Futon.
I did TAN.
That's a futan.
Yeah. I should have been worried when Futanari was coming up.
Now, was that autocomplete or?
No, that was not autocomplete. Please, I safe search everything. Okay, so futon in the traditional sense is just like a thin mattress.
Okay.
But it also does Western style futons, which typically resemble low wooden sofa beds.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so I'm not going crazy. I was right.
Okay. Even then, though, I feel like the average person thinks futon and.
Apparently not me. I'm just so above average. God.
Oh, you're just so special.
So good.
I don't know how anyone's going to compete.
My knowledge of Japanese world.
Your knowledge of Japan. What?
I told you this morning I was tired, alright?
Oh, this is going good.
Brain no work good today. Thank God we're not playing Fallout, because Jesus Christ, listening to those people talk would give me an aneurysm.
Brainant. Just brainant.
Yep. Hardcore braining. Oh, fuck.
On the plus side, we can make a dope ass long haul. Look at this shit.
Oh, that's gonna be a sick long haul.
Oh my god, it goes to the edge of the map. Perfect.
Perfect. We did it.
Yeah. Sorry. Yep.
Should you
sure is dwarf game.
Should you make an entryway into the long haul?
Yeah, it's just hasn't been dug out yet because I think they're still digging down there for the bedrooms.
Oh, I didn't see you put an entry. Oh, there is an no, wait, no, there isn't an entryway.
It's gonna be here.
Oh,
and
okay.
Here.
Never mind. I was looking in the curvy U-bit. Not that this game has curves. You could sort of do like a Minecraft circle.
Could do a Minecraft circle if there was space left to do so.
It's so weird how like people are so desperate for circles in Minecraft that like there's literally a calculator for it. And like
circles are hard.
Circles are hard.
Like making a Minecraft circle is in itself like an impressive goal, you know?
Yeah. But then there's also like website calculators for it. All right, so how's our beds doing? How's our food doing?
We have some. A little
Wait,
low on meat.
wait, was that a question mark on plant?
Yeah, 20? Question mark?
Oh, fuck, we're gonna die, aren't we?
That's what happens when you don't have a bookkeeper.
Oh, okay. Should we worry about that food? Because it doesn't sound like a lot.
Well, we're harvesting food for now. We
Okay.
can put together our fishery and butcher shop out here, I reckon.
Okay, yeah, that sounds fine. So
God,
when
what's the
traders
letter
come
for?
in, they can see us just chopping up food. They know that we're intimidating. The raiding party.
So there's actually a way that this game is a little bit broken economically, which is if you're outputting the finest quality meals you can en masse with like an expanded like food system
Uh huh.
with like master chefs, which inevitably happen if you're just pumping out food forever. If you're pumping out anything forever, people get good at their craft.
Yeah.
And
1,000 hours
so
to learn a skill or whatever the fuck that saying is.
yeah, and so like one of the most profitable things you can do in this game is just sell high quality prepared meals.
I mean, that doesn't sound broken. That sounds accurate.
It sounds accurate until you look at the numbers. It's like $3,000 a barrel.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
But that's the good shit.
It is the good shit.
Maybe my next D&D character will just be a cook that actually does cook. Like Vesta, who was a baker but only baked like twice.
Yeah, for supposedly being a baker, I think that what Vesta was mostly baking was firebombs.
Yes, that's true. That is true. I I like to think that she was a baker, but she was just like, I'm done with this shit. I'm gonna go explore. I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I have all the knowledge. I have all the know-how, but like, I just don't want to do this anymore.
I'm living my life, and I don't want to spend a life making loaf. I'm not about the loaf life.
No, loaf life is not for me. Loaf life, love.
Live, laugh, loaf.
Live, laugh, love works way better. Spotted Dick would 100% be my character's specialty. I'd have to look up how Spotted Dick is actually made.
Isn't it like goose liver or something?
I think so. I seem to recall something like that. Now I'm tentatively Googling Spotted Dick.
What's the worst that happens? You get a spotted dick? Like
Um,
realistically, you get a spotted dick and it shows up, you're gonna go, okay.
I went to go click on the Spotted Dick, but then the Google suggestions loaded. Like I had typed spotted, and then the Google suggestions loaded. And now I'm on the Twitter for Spotted at Laurier.
Huh. Is there dick?
I, mm, wait. Oh, fuck. The pinned tweet on this Twitter is from 2017, and it says, when Laurier's St. Patrick's Day has a better turnout than Trump's inauguration.
Oh man.
Oh, fuck, that's still so good. That cuts deeper now than it did back then. Holy shit. Oh,
I
that's
feel like
beautiful.
if Trump hadn't have been in like raging, oh no, there were thousands, millions denial about it, it wouldn't have even been joke worthy. But it's the fact, dude is like, no, like possibly the best crowds that we've ever had, and he literally hasn't stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, God, it's one of those things where you just go like, just take the L, buddy. Just
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta take the L.
Like you just have to sit there and go, yeah, the inauguration wasn't that busy, and then you move on, and your day continues.
Oh god. That that reminds me. This morning I got thrown into my YouTube recommendations randomly.
Mhm.
The White House correspondence with Obama and Keegan Michael Key,
Mhm.
where he's the presidential anger interpreter.
Yeah.
That's still good.
You don't need an interpreter now.
Yeah, yeah. Holy shit. That that video still fucking solid. Really
Yeah.
fucking good. Still relevant too. I don't see anything in here. I don't see anything in the spotted dick about duck.
Hmm.
Wait, maybe I just don't know what this is. Ah, suet, of course. I was looking at the ingredients list, like the main ingredients, and I was just like, I don't know what this suet is. So I should probably click that before I make a sweeping claim. Yes, that is the thing.
Yeah. Food be like that. They'll tell you like, "Hey, try some sweetbreads," and you're like, "Oh, yay, bread." Nope.
Or even just like, this is a traditional British pudding where the main ingredient is meat. But
And
of
then they
course,
say, "Oh, sweetmeats," and you go, "Oh, it's meat, is it?" Nope.
British wording is weird.
They don't just do it in England though. Like they do it in French, like with different words. Like there's one that's like riz de mouton, and normally rice is spelled R-I-Z, and this is R-I-S. So
Okay.
it's like, okay, like mutton and rice. Nice. Nope, that's brains.
Oh. Oh. Interesting. So it's a meat and more meat. Okay.
Yeah, it's sheep brain. Bit of sheep brain.
I have never eaten brain. I have no idea how brain tastes.
I don't know if I've had like I've had a few different organ meats, but like really that's about it.
Yeah, like brain is one of those things where you're just like, have I? No, I don't think I
Mm-hmm.
have. Like, most things you remember what you've eaten, but brain is one of those things of just like, I mean, it's not grotesque enough like a bladder and stuff like that. Like, it's not haggis, but like, have I eaten it?
Yeah, like did I have pho once and not check the menu and ate brain and went, oh, after the fact? Like,
Yeah. I imagine brain doesn't have a good texture. Or
either
maybe
that
it.
or it has an unpleasantly good texture. One that you don't
Yeah.
want to like.
Like, I imagine brain is either fucking disgusting or like fucking disgusting, but you're there for it.
Mm.
Like, it has to have some like slimy properties to it. At least this base is better planned out. Yeah. Yeah. That's because Will's doing the planning this time.
Yeah, it's because I just kind of didn't ask the questions.
In fairness, there's no in fairness. I've played enough RimWorld to know how to design a base. I just never design bases well. I refuse to make a well-designed base.
Design is like, it's fun if it's the thing you're doing,
Yeah.
but for a lot of games, it's kind of just secondary,
Yeah.
as long
Basically.
as it's efficient. Ooh, I think I need to make a food stockpile. I think that's why they're all kind of just farting around all those crops.
That would make sense. Would it make sense to put it by the kitchen?
That would be just up the stairs, basically.
Imagine not making a massive throne room your top priority. Hey, throne rooms in RimWorld are really fucking cool.
Throne rooms in Dwarf Fortress are cool.
Proof?
Although you have to earn nobles.
You have to earn your nobility in RimWorld. Fuck, my sister just texted me that they're getting a rescue dog. God damn it.
Is this an unneeded additional dog?
No, it's adorable and I want one, and it looks like it's either a pit or a boxer mix, something like that, and god damn it, I'm there for it.
Yeah. I wish I had the budget and resources for a dog.
Right?
But no. It's not really a responsible thing to have at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why I stick to lizards. It's a life I know I can foster.
Well, it's also like dogs aren't suited for apartments. Like some dogs are, but like most dogs, and especially the dogs that I want, are not apartment dogs.
Yeah. They need walks, they need space, they need backyards.
Yeah. And that's just not what I have. So, yeah. So it's now 5, just to let you know.
It is now 5. I am actually running really low on energy.
Okie dokie. Well, we've made progress, and maybe we return to this colony.
Maybe we do, maybe we do.
Maybe we do, maybe we do. Have you set in stone that we do?
I mean, this isn't Bloodwine where I can go, oh, I don't know what we're going to do next, and actually just be in charge. And it's not Fallout where I go, I don't know what we're doing next because I'm trying to save a spoiler so it hits you good when it happens. Like, in this case, genuinely, like, I don't know.
Okay, well, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what mood strikes us next week. Probably Fallout, because we don't want to take too much of a break from it.
Yeah.
I have experience with taking a break from a game and never coming back to it, and I want to stop doing that because my YouTube is filled with like part 8 and no part 9.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Phantasy Star Universe. I'll get back to you someday, I swear. Anyway, if you like our content, you know, we got more shit coming up.
Yeah, we do things.
Yeah, we do things. Usually this is Fallout, but we decided to take a break from it. I've got the Mass Effect run, the Mass Effect Cruelest run, where I am doing things the worst possible way, much like me running a Dwarf Fortress. And that's on Mondays. Mm-hmm. On Wednesdays, we do Bloodwine, which is our tabletop RPG run by Will.
Hello.
And it's also very fun, and we're doing weird stuff, and I'm there for it. And then on Thursdays, I have my Halo run with Cam, because that's also very fun, and I'm loving it. More than I thought it would.
The polygons take you back.
I thought I was going to do one episode and be like, oh fuck, I have to do the rest of these games. Like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? But no, I'm having a lot of fun with it. So we're going to be continuing on that.
Some mythical teenager somewhere in the school computers, like somewhere in a shared directory. I don't know how this person got there, but they got into a shared directory that like the people who ran the computers couldn't control. 'Cause, like by then they were able to just like wipe every student file, right?
Right.
And like they had, I don't know what the other game was. It was some other game, and like just the original Halo Combat Evolved that they just hid permanently in the school computers.
Nice. See, we had USBs. We had it on a USB that we would just throw into the computer every lunch and start playing. And then we would just take out the USB and go. It'd be fine.
To be
Anyway.
fair, if it was at lunch, they wouldn't be mad. It was because it was during periods.
Oh yeah, no. We would do it during class too.
Yeah.
It was great. Anyway, so if you like that and want to see more, you can see it on YouTube because I post all the VODs within 24 hours, or here on twitch.tv/MrCrowd. So, thank you very much, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Yeah.